Dice of the Dead. Heroes of the Broken Lands, a Nimble tabletop RPG actual play podcast, playing Nimble, a fast tactical RPG designed by Evan Diaz. Welcome everyone to Dice of the Dead, where the dice decide who lives and who dies. I am, of course, your friendly but not necessarily benevolent GM, DG, and once again we are playing Nimble, a fast tactical RPG. Let's cue the music in 3, 2, 1... Last time, our heroes ventured deep into the primeval Outerwild, chasing a band of goblins who had kidnapped the fairy Moon Blossom, or Fairy Bottom as Kronk has taken to calling her, the guardian of the fairy tree and the local mascot of sorts of the village of Merrivale. After some adventures in the woods, our heroes managed to defeat the goblins and rescue Moon Blossom and returned to Merrivale triumphant, and were welcomed back as heroes, given free rooms at the inn and treated to a night of raucous festivities, all in preparation for the even more raucous festivities that are to take place today. For this morning, you wake up bright and early, the morning sun streaming in through the windows of the inn, and already you can hear the town square outside is bustling with activity, for today is the day of Merrivale's famous Harvest Festival. The villagers must have woken up at the crack of dawn and set about getting everything ready. A quick peek out the window into the town square reveals dozens of villagers going back and forth, to and fro, moving props, stands, and activities into place. 2 halflings from somewhere out of town, carrying between them a giant keg of wine or beer and setting it in place in the shadow of the fairy tree. Father Bell circling the town square, consecrating each of the festival activities as they're brought out one by one, occasionally stopping to give a stony glance to the fairy tree, bowing his head in silent prayer and thanks to the Almighty. And because you guys are the heroes of Merrivale, you're treated to a big hero's breakfast on the house. As you descend down into the Valley's Rest Inn proper, Marla Homebrew is there, a broad smile on her face, wearing an apron that is spattered and stained with all sorts of foodstuffs. And she gestures towards the corner where 3 tables have been pushed together and a giant spread has been laid out for you. Bacon, eggs, tureens of various gravies and sauces. No expenses spared. So, do you tuck in? What do you choose for your first breakfast of heroes?
Kronk likes eggs and bacon. He just starts hoeing in and essentially grabbing nearly all of the eggs and bacon.
I don't feel like you need to hold back, says Marla Homebrew. I spared no expense for our heroes, and, well, there'll be much more to drink and eat later during the festivities, so, no need to restrain yourself, love.
As soon as Kronk hears that, it's like a scene from Tasmanian Devil eating food, and you just see bits of food just flying off everywhere.
See Marla Homebrew give
and exchange a glance with her two daughters, Ruby and Pearl, and they almost look like, as they watch you eat, as they watch you devour and make a mess, that they want to start a food fight, and she just silently shakes her head, telling them to watch but not do what you do. And then she gestures to Kale and Cass to pull out a chair and asks them if there's anything they'd like with their breakfast.
Cass will just grab a plate, but of just various foods, but doesn't like tear into it or anything. He'll just sort of grab it as like a politeness, just sort of nod his head, then just sit down, and at like the first opportunity, if he sees like some kids running around, he'll just like sort of sneak his plate off to them.
Look at Mr. Dainty.
You wait for Kronk to take a huge bite out of something. Just the inn is suddenly overwhelmed with the sound of Kronk's chewing, and while everyone's distracted attending to Kronk as he then proceeds to choke, and Marla Homebrew rushes up and begins slamming him on the back, you palm a plate off to the little girls, Ruby and Pearl, and with beaming smiles they take the food and rush off, chowing down on it.
A gift from the Almighty to you.
And Kale, our resident wilderness expert, do you normally tuck down to a breakfast like this, or do you prefer some more wild fare?
I normally prefer some more wild fare.
Oh, nothing to your liking, love, says Marla. I suppose I could get a plate of berries or figs or something out here for you, or maybe during the festival you'd like to sample some of the local delicacies, you know?
No, I'm alright, thanks.
And get you a beer, a juice, a bowl of griffin stew. I don't feel like I'm being much of a host if I don't have all my guests sitting down happily eating and drinking and filling their bellies is all.
An ale would be alright.
She looks at you and she says, well, you know, it's the morning, but it is the day of the festival, and, well, take a look outside. They're all sloshed already, I suppose. I'll be right back. She ducks away, returns a few minutes later with a big flagon of ale. And that's your breakfast. And so while you're all tucking in, you notice that you seem to be the only ones at the table. The hero's breakfast, as it were, seems to be lacking a hero. Phelan has not come down from her room, and at the rate Kronk is eating, there's not going to be much food left by the time she does come down.
Would we notice that she's not actually there?
Yes, you all do notice.
So where is our rogue anyway? Did she sneak off again? Anyone notice her come down?
I didn't see her come down. I think she's still upstairs.
Will
Go ahead.
Oh no! What was?
Oh, as Kronk finishes that, Marla was just gonna smile and look at you and say,
Yes, poor thing. Retired very late last night, she did, during all the partying. Never seen dainty elf like that put down that many flagons of ale. I looked in on her bedroom this morning, and there was what I assume to be her bundled up under all those sheets, and, well, poor thing will probably be sleeping until well into the afternoon.
I better go up and cure her hangover. And I'll just sort of get up and make my way up the stairs to a room. Just sort of knock on the door and be like,
You
"You
knock on
alive in there?"
knock on the door, and interestingly, there's no response.
If I have to bring you back from the dead from alcohol poisoning, I swear to whatever god will listen. And I'll just knock like a couple times, a little bit more heavier.
As your fist bangs on the door, you suddenly hear shuffling movement from behind you. You turn around and see what must be one of the other guests of the inn emerging from one of the other bedrooms, making their way down the hallway towards you. Britt, would you like to describe this strange character?
She just looks like any normal kobold that you would see just striding around. She is dark grey, bright yellow eyes, and wearing a black hood.
Kobold? You certainly don't remember seeing any kobolds among the revelries last night.
I'm gonna walk up to the kobold and just be like, apologies, but did you see anyone leaving this room last night? Or this morning, perhaps?
No, I just got in. If you don't mind, I'd like to attend to the festivities. I have some things to do.
Of course. My apologies.
Things and stuff and do thing.
I'm just like generally does like because obviously we wouldn't have seen them come in like last night, did we?
No, but there was a lot of partying going on. You were the heroes. You were being shouted drinks over and over and had a big feast to attend to.
Yeah, must have slipped my mind. I'll just try and open the door, just like, Phelan, look, I'm just gonna come in. I hope you're dressed. We'll do this alcohol thing together, okay? And I'll just like try and open the door.
Excuse me, sir. May I get past, please? You're blocking the hall.
And I'll just step out of the way for a second. Pardon.
Thank you.
As she moves past, it's almost like... Go ahead, Britt. Roll me a finesse check, please.
One second, I forgot to have my phone open. We are professionals.
Professional content creators here.
Unprofessional.
What's a
Ew.
good stream or podcast without any sort of technical difficulty?
How'd we
It's
do
an
on
18.
that? That's an 18. So this little kobold pushes past you, Cass, and you don't see her do anything, but when she's moved past and you go to open the door to Phelan's room, you find it quite tightly locked.
Interesting. Are all the doors do all the doors in the tavern have a lock on them?
Yes, they do, but you don't remember being given a key.
Okay, I'm gonna go down and just walk down to downstairs again after the kobold's long gone. I'll just be like, and I'll yell over to Marla, was it?
Yes, Marla Homebrew.
Yeah, I'll just yell and be like, hey, I think my drunk friend has locked herself in her room. I don't remember getting any keys for our rooms here. Would you be able to unlock just to make sure she's okay?
Ooh. There's a look of instant concern on her face. Oh,
We lost the key to the upstairs room several years ago. Oh dear, the lock must be faulty. I'll have to get the locksmith to take a look at it, love. I'm sure she'll be okay, though. Probably just sleeping off everything she drank last night.
You just sort of see me like look back up at the stairway, just sort of almost, a faint flicker of concern, and then just sort of shake it off, like, You're right. Today's a glorious day. We've got festivities to deal with.
Just try and have a good time, love, and, well, when either she wakes herself up and gets it open from her side, or, well, if she's not out by high noon, we'll get a locksmith to take a look at it, and I'm sure she wouldn't want to miss out on all the fun, and, well, she'll come and join you when she's up and about, eh?
Of course. And I'll just walk out of the tavern. It probably still keeping an eye on that kobold, because I'm just like, odd, but
Interesting.
yeah,
And
like they came out right as I was going to come in.
And Kronk and Kale, you're downstairs finishing up your breakfast when you finally see Cass come down. And ahead of him comes this strange character, this kobold in a black trench coat. You're sure you saw no one like that last night?
Ronk, he sees this kobold and his eyes just widen up and he gets the happiest smile ever and just bounds towards the kobold.
Oh my god, it's another lizard folk! I haven't seen one of you in years!
And without question, he goes to pick up the kobold and give it a massive hug and go,
I'm so happy I haven't seen a lizard folk in so long!
Can I scratch him?
I'm so happy!
Can I scratch him?
Yeah. You reach out to hug this kobold, Kronk, and then there's this sharp pain on your wrist, and you pull back, and there's a tiny scratch. One at the edges of one of your scales is scuffed.
She is also hissing at you.
look at the scratch and look at you going,
You're funny, you are my new friend now.
Back off.
Kronk's like, the little kid that goes and hugs your cat and gets a scratch from the cat and then just goes, "Ooh, cute kitty!"
never learns his lesson.
I'm gonna push away from him and just walk away.
Yep.
I mean, you could certainly try to push the very, very large dragonborn out of the way.
She moves with a speed and nimbleness that you weren't exactly expecting of someone her size. Almost like she's not all she seems to be. You reach out to hug her again. She ducks under your armpit and, without taking another look at you, she makes her way to the tavern door, opens it, and steps outside into the hustle and bustle of the festival.
I would like to look back in towards my friends and then just keep walking.
Takes a glance over her shoulder. You almost sure you catch her wink mischievously, and then she disappears into the throng of people.
You seem to have enjoyed your breakfast, says Marla, and she comes and starts gathering up the empty plates. She looks over at Kronk and says, "Strange, I put out enough food here for 4 or 5 people, and yet you've got all the empty plates stacked in front of you, love."
4 or 5 people or 1 Kronk.
It was very yummy. Have you got seconds?
Well, it'll take me quite a bit of time to scrounge up some more ingredients after all you've been through, but I tell you what, the festival should be getting in full swing right about now. There'll be lots of local delicacies and fun and games for you to try, so...
She slaps you on the shoulder like
slaps you on the shoulder like an overbearing mother and says, well, best you get up and meet the day with a smile and have a good time. You've earned it, for sure, after everything you've done for us.
Sorry, got a milk dart in my throat.
Good job.
Can't wait. Alright guys, let's go have some fun!
And
To
he
like a go ahead.
bounced through the door.
Yeah, I was gonna say like a little kid, he just bounced through the door. And Kale, the last one left behind, just probably shakes his head. And
Yeah,
then
basically.
follows- and then follows Kronk outside. The Harvest Festival is in full swing now. The town square is unrecognizable. The wide open space has been converted into a fairground with dozens of different stands selling foods, drinks, souvenirs, others hosting games and attractions. There's townspeople dressed in costumes. They look like giant plush animals walking around entertaining, or making their best attempt at entertaining. There's a couple over in the corner trying their best to juggle, but only managing to go for about a second and a half before spilling all the balls at their feet. As you walk past them, they reach out a hand in greeting, and you realise that these jugglers are core Tiberius and Sills of the militia. Hey, it's our heroes! Sills calls out. Glad you could join us for the festival. You're gonna love it.
You've got to be kidding me.
It's not the whole town comes out for this, ain't you know? Highlight of the year, and everyone here in Merrivale's got a part to play. Either you're entertaining or you're partaking in the entertainment. Well, the three of us boys, drew the short straws this year, and we're in charge of the entertaining only, well, at this Tiberius elbows him in the rib and says, well, you've seen about how well we can use swords and spears, ain't you? So we ain't exactly had a lot of time to train with the acrobatics and the juggling and the like.
Apparently you haven't had much training with the swords and the spears either. How hard is it exactly to stick 'em with the pointy end?
Aye, true. We like to slack off a little bit around here in Merrivale, don't we? But tell you what, give it 20 minutes, maybe even 10, and everyone around here will have had a couple beers in them, and they'll be far too drunk to even care that we can't juggle.
There's just a kobold in the corner taking notes on their conversation because I'm like, people who can't juggle, hey, juggling competition, maybe not.
Make sure you Kronk doesn't see you.
Sills just comes up to you, Cass, and he slaps you on the shoulder like a friend and says, anyway, enjoy yourselves, mate. We don't often get out of towners of your caliber anyway here for the festival, and well, look around, you're sort of the guests of honour. You can walk up to any stand you like and be surprised if they don't try to force something into your hands as a gift.
I'll just turn around, I'll just sort of take his hand off my shoulder and be like,
And may the Almighty bless your juggling, because gods do you need it.
and I'll just do like a very quick, cross in the air and mutter a prayer.
Tiberius shakes his head, looking forlornly at the other two militiamen. Yeah, the grace of the Almighty is probably the only reason neither of them's pronged themselves in the foot with their spears at this point. Anyway, have a look around. I'm sure there'll be something at this festival even a man of the Almighty like you would enjoy. He starts to point at the various activities and stalls around the town square. Look, you've got the pie eating contest setting up over there, and right next to it there's the ale drinking contest. And oh, look at that over there. See the ring in the middle? That's where they'll be doing the goblin toss. And oh, on the edge of the square over there, see that little paddock they got set up? That'll be the giant boar rodeo. And at this, he exchanges a brief look with Kale, and he says, oh, and over there for you, Mr. Kale, look, they're getting the targets out right now. They're setting up the archery range for the archery competition, they are.
This will get so much fun. I can't wait to go see everything, talk to everyone, make so many friends.
Aye, that's the day for it, Kronk. This is the day for it.
Cass is just looking more and more depressed as the day's going on. He is at the moment he's woken up on the wrong side of the war.
At the moment, it's like a mother leading its child on a leash.
Basically. Like, please.
So
How many people can I pickpocket?
Ah, yes, go ahead, roll me a finesse roll, please, Miss Kobold, in quotation marks.
Natural 20 for a 25.
Oh, good
So,
fucking God.
So as you're gumming jaws with the militiaman, the kobold in the trench coat is silently making her way through the crowd. She singles out the patrons who are already far too drunk, even though it's still fairly early in the morning, and relieves them of their worldly possessions. And after circling the town square only twice, Britt, your kobold finds her pockets a bit heavier and has liberated, well, what you rolled in gold coins.
Yeah.
So the festival is at your fingertips, adventurers. How would you like to spend this exciting day?
Gronk is literally foaming at the mouth because he's not sure which stall to see first.
Decision paralysis, the cat.
I want to go here. No, I want to go here. No, I want to go there. I don't know. Ah!
And he's just running back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, not knowing. He's pretty much waiting for like anyone going, come over here.
Go ahead then, Kronk, and roll me a d6, please. And we'll see what catches your attention first.
That is a 5.
You there, says a gruff voice. You look like you've got a bit of muscle behind you.
Yeah.
You turn around and find yourself face to face with a broad-shouldered but very short farmer. He's standing at the gate to a big oval-shaped paddock on the edge of the town square, and beyond him you can see several large boars frolicking in the mud, wrestling with each other, nuzzling each other. A couple of them have riders astride them, and you watch as one by one they scream and are thrown off their mounts, collapsing in heaps in the mud. Would you like to have a go at the giant boar rodeo? There's a prize if you can stay astride a mount for at least 60 seconds.
Sounds like a lot of fun. Kronk wants to do this.
Well, step up. Step up, Kronk. He gestures to the gate. Pick a boar, any boar. Get yourself astride it, and we'll ring the bell and see how long you last.
Gronk is looking at the balls like with unearthly concentration that no one has seen before. Like he's trying to decide over life or death.
I choose this one. I shall call him Bitey.
Just so happens you pick the largest boar out of all of them. He just stares back at you, his eyes blank. He snorts.
Bitey, come on. I'm your friend now. We're gonna be best friends forever and ever. Can I please ride you?
Just get yourself astride him there, my boy.
nice and easy, does it? Don't worry, he won't bite. Not yet, anyway. Is
Pick up-
anyone else?
As
Go ahead.
Kronk walks off, can I walk up to the guy and ask if they're taking bets?
He looks you up and down, and then he motions for you to follow him around the corner. He walks with you for a minute or two until you're out of earshot of anyone around the boar corral, and he says, well, it's sort of traditional to take a couple wagers under the table, you know what I mean?
Well, that's one of the reasons why I'm here.
I like the odds of that dragonborn fellow over there. One who's getting astride the big boar, only he's picked the strongest boar out of them all. I fancy his chances at about 30 seconds. Unless you'd like to wager he'll last longer.
I'm going to wager that he will.
You can't last 30 seconds.
Whoa. Whoa. Ow, my pride.
Oh, you reckon he'll last the full minute or longer, perhaps?
A minute or longer.
Oh, well, I do like how broad-shouldered he is. He's definitely stocky enough, but it's been very rare I've seen anyone last more than 40 seconds or so on that boar. All right, put your money down and we'll see who wins.
What's the highest bid done so far?
Well, I've got several takers for that bloke over there. He points at one of the other boars, where there's a very tall but lanky man sitting astride a boar. They reckon he'll last about 45 to 50 seconds. He's not as strong as your dragonborn fella over there, but he's experienced and tends to hold his own in this event. All up the pool at the moment is 20 gold pieces. But you don't have to bet such an outrageous amount, you know. Not if you don't want to, anyway.
I threw down the 20 gold pieces.
Well, don't come crying to me once that dragonborn gets thrown into the mud, just as long as you agree you have to pay up.
I'm not worried about that.
Alright then, well, come with me, I'll ring the bell or get it started and we'll see just how long he lasts.
I whisper under my breath, God, Kronk better fuck win, man!
Hey, question.
Yep.
Do they have saddles for these boars, right?
No, they're bareback. They're just climbing.
They're bareback. Okay.
Oh, this is going to feel very rough under.
You really think Kronk is intelligent enough to operate a saddle?
You know what? Good point. I wasn't more thinking about him operating the saddle. I was thinking about making sure the saddle stays on Kronk.
The 29th annual Giant Boar Rodeo is about to begin, says the stocky farmer. Any more takers? Come on, this is your last chance to take part. Anyone else want to try their luck? Or are we just going with Kronk?
Do you know what?
Screw it. I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot.
Kale and Cass both meekishly step forward.
Kale, you can go on that one where I called Princess Sparkle, and Cass, you can go on that one that I called Dewdrop.
I just looked out the ball. Hello, Dewdrop.
It snorts
This
back at you.
princess isn't sparkling.
Oh, question. DM, do the animals at all react to me?
See, here's the interesting thing. Kale, you know animals. You have no problems climbing astride your boar. It's like the boar... Usually, the other contestants, the boars kick and struggle a little bit, but for you, you just put your hand out, the boar nuzzles it, and then you clamber aboard. You, Cass, as you approach your boar, it snorts loudly, and just stares, its eyes wide open. As you slowly approach, you notice it begins to tremble, and as you reach your hand out to clamber aboard,
Its legs begin to shake, begins to edge carefully back, obviously uneasy.
I just because like, the sooner we get this over and done with, the sooner I'm gone.
I'd like you to go ahead and make for me let's say, an influence check, please.
For who, sorry? For me?
For you, yes. Or naturecraft. You can choose either.
Absolutely not naturecraft. Alright. Set out set the dice up. D20, so D20 plus 5. 13.
13. You reach out, place your hand on the boar's flank, and it just freezes solid, still staring, not even blinking. It does not move as you slide up onto its back, almost as if it's resigned to fate. It's breathing shallow, high. That's it. Climb aboard. Easy does it. Careful not to hurt them. Don't pull too hard on their on their scruff there, you know. All right. Everyone's aboard. We'll begin in 3, 2, 1. A loud bell rings and the boars set off, bucking, running, trying their best to throw you off. Crunk, roll me a d4, please.
A D. Got every other dice in the sun, but all of the... What the hell's my D4? I just had it.
A mid
there
one.
it is.
The one you don't want to step on.
Yes.
That's a 3.
The large boar prances in place, stomping its hooves in the mud, trying desperately to shake you off. You grip on for dear life. Go ahead and make me a might roll.
Ooh. That is a 16 plus 5, so 21.
Oh, he's going to come. Oh, no. Oh, and he's still astride it, calls out the farmer. The boar finally stops trying to throw you off, and you're still seated proudly on its back. There's still more to come.
Goodbye, T.
Kale, go ahead, roll me a d4.
Get the D4 out of the dice vault. 4.
4. Your boar immediately makes a beeline to the side of the corral, as if it's trying to slam you against the fence and shake you off. What do you do?
Grip tightly with my legs and pat it behind the ears, just soothing it gently using naturecraft.
Yeah, go ahead, make me a naturecraft check.
It's an 18.
He's about to take a tumble. Oh, Slay, it's about to slam him right into the fence. Oh, this is going to hurt. And then suddenly the boar stops in his tracks. Just a few centimeters shy of the fence, he snorts mischievously. And you've calmed him down.
I'll do, pig.
And Cass, you don't get to roll, unfortunately, because your boar is uneasy.
Yep, no problem.
You tried your best to calm it down, but that was just enough to clamber aboard. As soon as the bell rings, your boar goes crazy. It begins whimpering this high-pitched squeal and just jerking in all sorts of directions, raging, trying desperately to get you off it. What do you do?
I will just like, look, I don't like this as much as you do. Calm down.
And also just pull on the back of its neck just to try and get the heel. So like you almost like you're trying to like just get a horse to just hold up. But since I've got no experience with boars, I'm just thinking maybe the same thing will work. Just fucking stop, damn it!
Go ahead and make me a might check with disadvantage.
Yep. Alright. 20. And might is at +3. Let's see, what do I get? Oh, that is a 12.
Gripping the boar as tightly as you are seems to only aggravate it further. It lets out one more high-pitched squeal, and then the next thing you know, you're lying on your back in the mud, your body aching. "Oh, and he's down!" shouts the farmer.
I just
hear laughing in the sidelines.
Well, this feels
I mean, at least he's as happy as a pig in shit.
I use minor magic just to click with radiant to just clean myself up a bit.
Make yourself look a bit more dignified as you just
get all the mud off me.
Make your way to the edge of the corral and feel a bit better knowing you're not the only one who's been thrown off. "Better luck next time," shouts the farmer. "And we're getting to the end of it now."
So glad I didn't bet on him.
Go ahead, Cass.
I was just gonna say, like, I just look at the farm like,
I guess I don't have an affinity with animals anymore.
and he just sort of sees Cass as like, even though he's smiling, just the corner of his mouth is not like the smile doesn't meet the eyes, if that makes sense. He's just very like,
Most of the other contestants have been thrown off by now. There's only 2 left, Kale and Crunk. Each of them still astride their boars, which means that, well, the 2 of you are competing against each other. "And it's the wild man and the dragonborn," shouts the farmer, "who will outlast." As we get to the 50-second mark and they're both still astride their mounts. Some people in the crowd... Some people in the crowd going to be very happy or very angry, depending on what happens next. Let's kick it up a notch. Another bell rings louder than the previous one, and the 2 boars set off running in circles around the corral, trying to throw you off by taking sharp corners. Kale and Kronk, I would like both of you to make strength saves.
For a saved, is it just normal like might check?
Just roll your strength. No, it's not might. It's just your base strength.
Oh, base strength. Okay. Okay, that is a 19.
16.
16. It looks like Kronk's holding on a bit tighter. Hale, you feel your grip starting to loosen a little bit. You're still riding the boar, but it takes a jerk around the corner of the corral and your fingers slip through its fur. You're now holding on with your knees only, and you're starting to wobble slightly to the left, slightly to the right. You feel yourself starting to become unseated. Do you have any last-ditched efforts to put this in the bag?
Could I do a nature craft check to try and calm the boar further?
You sure can, but it will be with disadvantage because you are already doing as best you can to get to this point.
Alright, so that's a 13 is my lowest.
13 is your lowest. You whisper something that seems to soothe the boar, makes it slow down just enough that you're able to sit yourself straight back up, clutch your fingers back into its fur, and feel firmly in place. So, Kobold, it's up to you. You've got money on this game, and it looked like Kronk was going to win, but then you watched as Kale fixed his posture, seated himself back up, wrapped his hands back around the boar's scruffy mane, and now it looks like he's in for the long haul. In fact, it's Kronk, so happily laughing, enjoying himself like a child, that looks like he's going to fall off, not because the boar throws him off, but because he is so infected with raucous laughter that it looks like any second he's going to forget he's in a competition and just slide right off his mount's back. Is there anything you'd like to do to even the odds back in Kronk's favour? Or are you going to let Kale take this home?
I have two thoughts on this. Either I could yell out to Frog and tell him to stay focused, which he will listen to another dragon, or I can throw a rock at Kale's boar.
I think that second one sounds much more cheaty, don't you?
I do. And it was the first one that came to my mind.
Go ahead, roll me a finesse roll, and it must be the 16 that Kale rolled on his nature craft.
Chance that anyone notices this at all?
Well, that's what her role is to figure out.
Ah, okay.
Really hope, guys. Well, what's my finesse again? Is it 5? Okay.
Ref.
How much did I have to beat?
16.
I got a 14.
14. You edge towards the fence and kneel down while everyone's glued to the rodeo. You wait for the crowd to loudly gasp as Kale nearly gets dethroned again, and then you scoop a pebble up off the ground, take a second to aim, and just as you raise your hand to throw it, you feel the grip of the farmer on your shoulder. Careful now, no outside distractions, he says.
Just looking at the rocks. They look cool.
And then the crowd...
so you have a hint of the tism.
And then the crowd gasps one more time as Kronk slides off the back of his boar and lands in the mud. The third bell rings, and the farmer steps forwards, clapping. And we have a winner! Kale, the wild man. Well done! You lasted 1 minute 12 seconds, and Kronk dethroned a second prior. Both of you lasted longer than 60 seconds. What a great turn.
That was fun!
Kronk just goes up to the big boar that he names Bite and starts nuzzling it.
That's a good piggy.
The pig snorts back at you.
I just pat the pig on top of the head and do my best farmer hog it of that'll do, pig.
The farmer steps forwards, a beaming smile on his face. Well, that was entertaining. We should get adventurers in for the festival more often. Don't think we've ever had anyone last that long in quite a while, let alone 2 at the same time. Here, your prize, well earned. He reaches into the folds of his coat and places in your hand, Kale, a golden ingot about the size of your index finger.
Nice.
Then he turns to you, Kronk. He says, and for you, Mr. Kronk, you lasted longer than we thought you would, and so I can't in good conscience let you go home empty-handed. He reaches into the folds of his cloak and places in your hands an ingot the same size as the one that Kale got, although this one is silver.
Thank you, Mr. Farmer Man.
And I go and pick him up and lift him like 3 feet off the ground.
Easy there, easy there. I know you're excited, but...
It's alright, the big one's just friendly.
Alright, let's get rounded up. Let's get the pigs rounded up. Let's go again. What do you say? He winks at the two of you. Thank you so much for the good show. You best get out there, see what else the festival has to offer. While they're setting up for the next round, I've got a couple of things I need to take care of. And as he says this, he looks over his shoulder at the kobold standing, waiting on the edge of the crowd.
Krunk just immediately runs off and no one can see him.
So, kobold, the farmer approaches you. Right-o, he says, a stern look on his face. Saw you try to even the odds there. Won't hold it against you, being an out-of-towner and all. The ways of you out-of-towners are sometimes very strange, and given that it's the festival, I'll turn a blind eye to it. But that's 20 gold pieces you owe, and if you don't pay up, well... He looks over his shoulder towards the militia, still ineptly trying to juggle on the other side of the town square. We'll have to take it to the town guards and see what they say.
If you don't recall, I said it's more. I never said he would win.
Go ahead and make me an influence check, please.
This damn kobold's a lawyer.
15.
15. The farmer just sighs, he shakes his head. Looks like he's got better things to do than to argue with out-of-towners. Alright, look, you're lucky I got a lot of takings on those two, so how about we call it even and go half-half? I'll give you 10 gold pieces and you say nothing more about it.
I guess it's better than nothing.
And I'll be in half a mind to tell the other festival folk to keep an eye on you, so don't try anything funny, mind. You just enjoy yourself the rest of this day.
Me hoping I had some freaking alcohol or some potions in my pocket to give him.
Someone's in trouble.
Not the
You might
pogo.
you might have something in your pocket. If you want, you can go ahead and roll me a finesse check.
Oh, thank you! Natural 20 for a 25.
Oh, goddamn.
You reach into your pocket and you pull out a small crystal bottle filled with some brightly coloured liquid that you pilfered off someone in the crowd before. You don't know what it is, but it looks like it could be valuable.
Will you take this in exchange for a quiet?
Hey, I suppose there are worse things a man could do, he says. He winks. Says, all right, it's a deal. He holds out a beefy hand, offers a shake. I won't say nothing or my name ain't Farmer Ogden. Just,
Hold you to your word.
Just try to stay away from the boar rodeos for the rest of today, eh?
Deal.
You shake on it. He pats you on the shoulder like he's suddenly your best friend, and then you turn and disappear once more into the crowd.
Like, in chart, would any of us have seen this?
Maybe you, because you exited the rodeo early, so you can go ahead and make an insight check or a perception check.
Perception +5. Nah, I probably didn't see anything. 11 altogether.
You've tried to keep an eye on the kobold, but when she walks off with the farmer, you lose track of her as they disappear into a throng of people. But when you see the farmer come back out, he's looking far happier. And twirling between his fingers, you see a small crystal bottle. He stops, holds it up to the sun to take a good look at it, and then, seemingly pleased with himself, slides it into his coat pocket.
Yeah, the suspicion meter has gone up.
A loud voice, magically amplified, booms throughout the town square. All right, everyone, it's getting to lunchtime. Gather round the fairy tree. It's time for the
annual festival service and granting of offerings.
Mrs. Longbottom!
He's just like, for some reason, all the way up here, just straight to the tree.
A collective groan rises from the crowd as the festivities must momentarily stop.
Oh, it's Father Bell, someone grumbles. What a buzzkill. He's gonna ramble for an hour or more. And then we've got to give things to the tree. You're not getting
Kronk
my heart
overhears
earned.
this. Kronk
Yep.
overhears this and goes,
Hey, you've been nice to Princess Longbottom. She's very kind and giving fair. You give her some goddamn respect!
and he just like softly rages because he really likes Fairy Longbottom.
I'm just gonna put my hand on your shoulder and be like,
Big guy, they're talking about the priest, not the fairy. You're fine. They're not angry at her, they're angry at him.
Oh, that's okay. Okay, you yell at funny stupid man. It's fine.
Nonetheless, the town folks' mouths drop open. They just exchange worried glances. Then one of them looks back at you. Kronk, he takes a second or two to size you up, dwarfed by your sheer height, and he says, Well, it's just there's a tithe every year, you know. 1 gold coin at the root of the tree. And we was doing a bit of grumbling, that's all.
Okay.
Take a look, you've seen how the crops are doing, all this overgrowth. Times are hard this year.
And Kronk just points in the direction of the old mill section and going,
Well, what about over there? We were told something bad is going on over here.
because just remembering from the first session, I thought you mentioned that like this
Yes, it
section was
was.
like overgrown.
Yes, indeed. Almost like the crops are being choked under the overgrowth. The villagers hang their heads. One of them, the one on the left, shakes his head in shame. Oh, we thought we'd seen all the trouble we was gonna get when those goblins started marauding outside of town. Then the plants started growing out of control, and it's like the crops don't want to grow because the other plants are keeping them choked down, trying to force them back into the earth. Father Bell says it's because we haven't given enough grace to the tree this year. Says we should make up for it by giving double what we usually give. Load of horsecock that, says the other villager. Everyone knows the Almighty's got nothing to do with plants. Must be something the goblins are doing in the woods. Should get some adventurers in to wipe out the whole lot of them, they should. Never mind what Father Bell says.
I'd be a little careful what you say. The Almighty has plans for everything, after all. Perhaps this is just a message from him.
and you see like Cass trying to like put on his very like best like priestly impression, trying to be very, very professional, very like holier than thou.
Like, this might be a sign from the Almighty that the faith in this town is waning.
Yeah, says the villager. His friend next to him shudders.
Maybe not the tithe, though. I think maybe our good father here is maybe getting a little bit of greed in him.
Oh, I can agree with that, but who are we to say what the Almighty wants? Or whether it's what he really wants? Come on, he says to his friend. Let's go hear Father Bell's speech, and no more talking of priests. A whole lot of them give me the willies. And the two of them seem to shudder as they step away from you.
Who knows what he wants?
And I'll just sort of pace behind them to listen to the father's speech.
Suddenly, the square is quiet, and for the first time you set your eyes on Father Bell as he steps out from the crowd and stands in the shadow of the fairy tree. Father Bell is quite old, almost hunched over with age, and he has a long grey beard that nearly touches the ground. He seems to take in the sight of the crowds gathered before him, silently judging each and every one gathered, his eyes narrowing. And you feel his gaze wash over you. Then he clears his throat and begins to speak. And we're all gathered here today in the shadow of the fairy tree which has sustained us and guided us since our forefathers crossed the Sanguine River and laid the first stones of this square. And with the fairy tree and its provenance of the Almighty administered by the fairy moon blossom, we have prospered. Our village has grown and provided for us everything that we could materially want in this world. A safe place to live free from the ravages of the wilderness. Earth that grants us food. And of course, the blessing of the Almighty that we may live in peace, provided that we live in accordance with His will. Just as the Burkle clans, the great dwarves, the Black Sun Empire, and all that came before them recognized the sanctity of this fairy tree and the power of the Almighty channeled through it, so we do today. I will now ask you all to bow your heads in silent prayer, and then to orderly line up here and deposit your tithe in the collection tray here, so that the fairy moon blossom may gaze upon it and witness the devotion we hold towards her. And then he takes a step back, and the people around you bow their heads, some of them whispering, muttering under their breath, wishing that the service would hurry up so they could get back to partying and drinking. Does anyone do anything during this minute of silent prayer?
Everyone's going up to put money in the tithe container or whatever, right?
Indeed they are. There's a line already forming leading up to the base of the tree.
I'm going to go up, walk up as if I'm going to put in my own money, but I'm going to subtly touch the tithe container. And with minor magic, I want to try and make, cracks appear all over it. As if it's, a sign from the Almighty that this is wrong.
Go ahead and make an Arcana check for me.
Alrighty. Oh, God. Straight roll. Let's go. Straight roll. 7. Oh, my dice are not kind to me tonight.
You feel your magic wane as your fingers touch the collection tray. Father Bell may look old and decrepit, but you get the impression he's certainly a practiced spellcaster, and you get the second impression that perhaps someone's tried something like this before, for powerful protective enchantments have been placed over the collection tray.
Clever bastard.
I see that you two are a man of the Almighty, says Father Bell, approaching you.
Perhaps a little different than you.
As a servant of the one above, you, of course, are exempt from the tithe.
But them?
And I just look at the line of people and just
where does the money go exactly? Priest to priest.
It goes to the shrine, of course, to keep it maintained, to pay for its upkeep, and he leans in closer and lowers his voice.
And some of it gets put away for rainy days, for when times are hard, as I'm sure you've noticed they currently are. What with the Almighty finding disfavor with the village and causing the plants to grow unchecked and setting the goblins upon us.
On the entire town, though?
Look around you. You've seen the debauchery that's been going on all morning. Is it any wonder that the Almighty looks upon it and frowns?
All
Just
I
point-
see... Oh,
you should just point to Kronk. Does that look like debauchery to you?
No, I'll just go look and like,
Well, all I see is a bunch of farmers, tradesfolk, 3 extremely untrained militiamen, just trying to live their lives. I mean, if the Almighty wanted us to live good, godly lives, He wouldn't have given us free will, would He?
Seems to consider this. The expression on his face changes for just a moment. You catch a brief flicker of puzzlement, uncertainty, but then he quickly composes himself, shakes his head, and now sure of himself, he says, "And yet, as the old legends say, this fairy tree and Moon Blossom who lives within it has protected this land for centuries, longer than living memory, longer than even the Black Sun Empire reigned upon these lands. And so, when I try to commune with the Almighty, and as always, as you know, never receive a response, never in my life as his servant have I heard a single voice directing me or telling me what to do. I am forced to take matters into my own hands and guide these villagers as I see fit. There must be something causing the land to rebel as it is, for the protection offered by the fairy tree to begin to wane. And I must, admittedly, of my own interpretation, assume what the Almighty wishes for us to do, and in these hard times I can only assume that the Almighty wishes for us to show compassion, to show humility, and to give to those less fortunate."
Admirable indeed, but in the end, this entire land is living in the ghosts of its past, isn't it? Maybe
Indeed.
the Almighty may not give us the answers we expect. Perhaps He wants us to figure it out for ourselves. Maybe this is all some just grand challenge of His. For His devoted shall be rewarded.
The Almighty does test His followers, and He does work in mysterious ways.
Exactly, my friend.
and I'll just tap him on the shoulder. Be like,
Keep doing good for the town.
As you tap him, Father Bell leans in even closer, and he all but whispers in your ear, "As you may know, the Elder Wild was once thriving with fairy trees such as this, and this is the last one left, and I fear, no matter what we are doing, the end is nigh. So we best make sure everyone enjoys themselves, and that if all this is to come to an end, that they go peacefully into the night."
Don't count them out just yet.
and just give him a wink, and then I'll just walk off.
He gestures towards the tree as you walk off. "Don't forget to pay your respects to Moon Blossom before you return to the crowd. And you there, I see you eyeing the coins in the collection tin. I've got my eye on you," he says to the kobold now at the head of the line.
Yeah, also. I just sort of, as I'm walking away, I was like,
I'll see you later tonight.
and I'll disappear into the crowd for a little bit.
Does anyone else come to offer a tithe or pay their respects to the tree?
I throw a single coin into the bowl.
So
And take 10 out afterwards.
Do you try to take 10 out afterwards?
Shush, Sammy! Shush! You're mean!
Oh, he's mean.
Yes, he needs to stop telling people my secret.
Back off a chunk of the ingot
It's fucking open at this point.
and just drop like a decent sized nugget, but less than half.
Clatters
does
into the tray. Go ahead, Kronk.
Kronk does the same, but he breaks off half the silver bar, so he only has half a bar left.
The ingots clatter into the collection tray, and as they do, a gust of wind blows through the square, dances in the branches of the fairy tree, and the two of you can swear you hear a high-pitched giggle emanate from somewhere in the tree, along with a whispered, "Thank you kindly." And the two of you are granted a boon by Moon Blossom. A point of inspiration to spend to re-roll any dice roll. You have 2 of them now, Kronk.
I do. How many are you allowed in Nimble?
You can have up to 3,
Oh, neat.
and they last until you use them.
Sick.
That can go in my inventory.
You, Kobold, you're going to creep forward and you're eyeing those coins in the collection tray. Bear in mind, this collection tray is placed in the shadow of the tree, and there is an entire town square of people gathered. If you try to filch any of those coins, there is a fairly decent chance they will see you. But you're confident at what you do. Are you going to try anyway?
I want to, but I don't think I will this time.
Oh, what's the matter?
I'm about to get chased out of the fucking town.
Jail is just a room.
And Cass
Mate.
would murder me if he saw me take out of it.
You've
Cass
made
is just like, I fucking knew it.
You've made some good money today, so you feel satisfied, and you take a step back, returning to the crowd. And as you slide back into the crowd, right next to Kronk, Kale, and Cass, suddenly, all hell breaks loose. Gasps ring out through the crowd. Someone screams, and then another person screams, and then the town square is a din of voices as the ground beneath your feet begins to rumble and shake. Soon the din of voices are drowned out in the sound of rumbling rock, as if the earth itself is roaring in anger. And then just as suddenly as it started, it stops. All is silent once more, save for the panicked whispers of the crowd. What was that? An earthquake? What's happening? Did we offend the tree? Did we offend the tree? I call for order, says Father Bell, raising his hand to silence the crowd, but before he can say any more, there's a high-pitched scream. Behind you, the crowd disperses, and you see 2 young girls, Ruby and Pearl Homebrew, the innkeeper's daughters, rushing forwards through the town square, their skin pockmarked with scratches, scrapes, their hair dishevelled, their clothes torn, bits of bark and leaves dangling off them. They immediately rush straight towards Kronk, And the two of them wrap their arms around each of his legs, bury their faces in his scales, and begin to cry. The crowd around you hushes, suddenly quiet once more.
What's the matter? What happened?
Girls sob, and then the slightly older one, Ruby, raises her face. She wipes the tears out of her eyes, and then the sadness is replaced with a look of panic. She points over her shoulder towards the Sanguine River, towards the creaky old mill that stands on the horizon, as if it's watching over the town.
We was playing hide and seek in the old mill with Remy Gunthal, and the ground opened up and monsters came out, and they tried to drag us underneath, and Remy's still in there.
The monsters that took your friend? How dare they do this on a celebration? It's okay, girls. Crunk and Frank will help you. You stay here.
And Crunk lifts the girls off his legs, and in justified anger, he just he doesn't sprint, he doesn't run, he just starts jogging towards the old mill by himself or with people. He doesn't care. He wants to help.
Takes you a bit to get going because the crowd's stunned. They're too out of it to get out of your way. You have to stop a couple of times to excuse yourself or just nudge them out of the way. And you only make it
following that big red bastard then.
Yes, you were able to negotiate the crowd a bit more gracefully, but the two of you only managed to make it about 5 feet through the crowd before a gruff voice rings out. And what's going on here? Captain Shortbow, the dwarven militia captain, steps forth, clutching his axe. Monsters in the old mill!
I look down at the dwarf and go,
There's monsters in the mill and they took a child. We have to go now. We have to protect the village.
Yes, I heard. Remy Gunthal, the blacksmith's boy. He shakes his head, and then with a stern look on his face turns towards the still sobbing girls. You've been told not to play in the old mill. What were you thinking? Now Remy's in danger. He may be hurt, or worse, he may be dead.
I'm going to use minor magic quickly to clean up both the girls and just, and then I'll just look at the dwarf and just give him almost the death and be like, time and place. What's done is done. We will fix it. And I just look around at the crowd and be like, someone give me a damn medic.
Captain thinks for a moment, screws up his face, and then he makes a snap decision. All right, you go to the mill, see if you can bring young Remy out. I'll have the militia keep order here. And, well, if you do get him out, come back to me and there'll be a reward in it for you.
I'll just nod my head. Just look at the girls and be like,
don't worry. We'll get him back. I promise.
All right. Order! He calls out. Sills, Core, over there. Make sure nobody gets out of the square. And then he steps aside to let you all through. You begin to make your way down the main street, past Myrtille's Manor, and you reach the wooden bridge over the Sanguine River when the three of you notice that the kobold is matching your step, chasing after you, and there's still no sign of Phelan.
What are you doing here, little kobold? We don't even know. Are you coming to help?
Where the fuck is that damn elf?
It's me, you fucking dummy.
Huh?
at
Who do
this
you
point,
think
I
has
just
been
kneel down.
following you this entire time, making bets?
I just kneel down and be like,
I assumed, but I didn't want to be accusatory, you know. You're going to explain this afterwards, yeah?
Do I have to?
Yes, I think you might have to, yeah.
Crunk is still confused
Afterwards, though, we've got some kids to save.
Crunk is still confused because you're saying like you don't know. Right? Remember, Crunk is as stupid as a 5-year-old child.
Oh, I think that's an insult to 5-year-olds.
Can I grab Kronk's hand and ask if his arm is okay from the scratch I gave him?
Yeah, you didn't break his skin. It's just a scuff more than anything.
You okay, Kronk?
No, I'm okay. It tickled a little bit.
Okay, I'm glad I didn't hurt you. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
We should probably go save that child now, shouldn't we?
Yes, we should.
Yeah, Crunk, of course, without thinking, just goes straight up to the front door.
I've already popped True Strike on him just in case he tries to bash the fucking door down like a dipshit.
Yeah, you just slap him. You just slap him on the back as he runs ahead.
Basically.
The festival went on longer than it seemed to. Time flies when you're having fun, and so as you approach the old mill, you can't help but notice that it suddenly seems much later in the day. The sun is lower in the sky, the clouds have turned a deep purple, and as you approach the old mill, it casts a long shadow over the dirt road. The weathered stone windmill stands on the edge of the Sanguine River, still creaking along after decades of use. It no longer grinds grain, and its windows and doors are boarded up. The building looks forlorn, sad. If it were a living thing, it would be a corpse. And Kronk immediately rushes for the front door, determined to get inside and rescue the child that may be trapped within. Kronk?
Yes.
I would like you to make a perception check with disadvantage, please, as you run to that door, your attention singularly captured by it.
No perception, so this is a straight number. 7.
7. You run up, you climb the first cracked stone step and just about get to the second one when suddenly the earth beneath your feet shudders and the stone in front of you is rent asunder as a great thorny vine breaks through the earth and whips towards you, wrapping its tip around the door to hold it in place. Go ahead and make me a dex save, Kronk.
Just a normal one?
Just a normal one.
Dex is... That's on an angle, sorry.
Don't mind us.
Hey, we died.
That is a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Snap! You jump back just as it whips at you, one of its thorns grazing your skin for 3 damage.
Oof.
But it could have been much worse. The vine seems to dance in front of you mockingly for a second before it wraps itself tightly around the door handle, barring the great wooden doors in place.
May I rage, and, smack the living shit out of this vine?
You sure can.
Help by any chance.
Can I go around the building?
You've already
Can
given
I-
him True Strike. Kale,
yeah.
you go first. Kale,
Yeah.
go first.
I was going to say, can we get to either these stairs or these stairs and leave just Kronk playing with the vine?
Yeah, so while Kronk's
That's the point.
almost getting knocked off his feet, you notice that there is a second path going around the right-hand side of the building. From here, you can see what seems to be a rise going up the hill, and at the end of it, a staircase that leads up to a side door on the second floor of the mill. On the other side, to the left, is the river. The water wheel no longer spins, but you can just see, wedged in a crack behind it, a single window on the first floor. Since it's right behind the water wheel, this one hasn't been boarded up. It would have been quite hard for the townsfolk to get to it. It would be hard for you to get to it, but if you could, that'd be an alternate way in as well.
Do you guys want to do that while I'm wailing on this phone?
Can I, like, hop the bridge here? Wait, wrong token.
Yeah, like fucking, I got a body jack there. Goddamn.
My bad. Yeah, can I hop the bridge and then just sort of like try and get
Scramble
over
to the window. Try to Assassin's
scramble
Creed
to the
up to the
window.
window. Yeah, go
Yeah.
ahead and make me a. You can make a.
Stealth check?
No, not a stealth check. You can make a finesse check if you like.
Dang it. That's only +2.
Nice try.
Actually, no, go for stealth. Stealth will work, because there are things inside. Sorry. I just had to
Spoilers.
read what the skills... Oh, you know there's a child in there.
A body has been discovered.
How much was that, Kale?
Child!
So I'm by the window.
Yep.
What can I see from the window?
Yeah, so you deftly leap over the fence and jump from the river bank to the water wheel, clamber up it and press your face against the window, moving swiftly but silently. I will remove the fog. Go ahead and make a perception check for me, please, Kale.
Dirty 20.
The inside of the mill is cast in dim shadow. There's just enough sunlight left that filters in through the boarded up windows that you can see inside, but not perfectly. You can see the shapes of crates and barrels and tools and other things scattered around, lying discarded and abandoned. And around the corner to the south, in the mill proper, you catch out of the corner of your eye a flicker of movement. Something vaguely humanoid, but not very tall. About the height of a child, but perhaps, you think, a bit too thin. Almost like a child made of twigs.
Oh. Oh.
Cool.
Wait. Weren't the girls covered with twig stuff?
They were covered in bark and dirt and twigs.
Yeah.
And pock marks and whatnot.
Wait, is this an invasion of body snatcher type thing going on here?
I don't know.
Maybe, maybe not, who knows?
Tyler Green is people.
I'm just gonna look over Phelan, but you coming? And I'll just start walking over to the.
Are they a Triffid?
Ooh, very close, Kale. So seeing that, Kale, you are forewarned that definitely there is something in there. But the only way you could alert the others would be to call out to them.
I mean, I could whistle like a bird and hope they understand what I mean.
You could?
I'm a Reshiram.
Go ahead and make me a influence check, please. Or an insight check, either one.
Huh. Well, one's a 20 and one's a 21. Depending on whether you want influence or insight.
They're both fine. So the other three of you hear the sound of a bird call that you recognise as Kale. You've heard him make this noise when you were scouting for the goblins in the wilderness, and you've come to learn that it generally signals danger. Cass, Phelan, does that make you stop in your tracks?
I'm
At this point, I would have already heard it and just looked over at Phelan, smiled, and said, maximum effort, and I'm going to use minor magic on the door to break the
Ooh.
hinges with necrotic.
Well, let's wait first, because...
Well, yeah, yeah.
So, Kronk,
in this situation,
when you get to the door, so Kronk,
Yeah.
you see Cass and Phelan run past you and begin to make their way up the hill around the side of the mill. Do you follow them, or are you content with your plan of smashing this vine out of the way?
Yeah, I'm raging and smashing the vine.
All right.
Therefore, smashing the door as well. So, my rage dice, that is a 4. Hell yeah. Alright, do I need a
Go ahead.
attack?
Yep, go ahead. Roll an attack for me.
Where's my Hey, come here. Come here. Oof. No, that's a 1.
Ooh, Kronk. Your axe comes down.
Wait.
Yep.
Can I use an inspiration?
Yes, you can. Go ahead.
Yeah.
did you use True Strike? You got advantage.
Oh yeah,
Ah,
that's
yes,
right.
go ahead.
That's
You may
right.
not need to use your
So
inspiration.
second one is a 10. Thank you. So that's a crit.
Go ahead. Roll again.
The critical.
Okay, so that's a 10 and an 8. Plus 2 is 20, plus 4, 24.
Your axe comes down and cuts the vine in half. The end drops onto the stone, wiggles, and seems to hiss until it stops and withers before your very eyes. You rush up the stairs towards the door and press your hands out to push it open, and clunk! The door does not budge. It's obvious that something's holding it shut from the other side as well.
Oh
Meanwhile-
yeah, I want to, smash the door as well, but we'll get to Cass
we'll
and
get to that
Phelan
in a sec.
first.
So Cass and Phelan, you're rushing up the side of the hill, and Cass, you're going first, it seems. You're ahead of Phelan, so I'd like you to go ahead and roll a perception check for me.
Alrighty. Plus. God damn it! 14.
You make it about halfway up the hill when suddenly the earth begins to rumble once again. It unsteadies you. You manage to stay on your feet, but are unsteady enough that you have very little time to react when the grass beside you parts. The dirt falls away and reveals another thick, thorny vine that lashes at you, barring your path. Cass and Phelan, I'd like the two of you to make dex saves, please, with disadvantage.
Alrighty. Dex save. Is that just rolling?
Just rolling
Bonus.
your dex. Yep.
Alright. Great rolls. What do I get? 3.
How about you, Phelan?
Sorry, I was muted.
How'd you do?
I got a 19.
19. Phelan, as soon as you
Wanna
see the
swap?
thorn sprout from the earth, you jump backwards, avoiding any damage, but Cass, it hits you in the chest with the full force of its blow, knocking you off your feet, sending you rolling back down the hill, tumbling into Phelan. Phelan, you take 3 points of damage from Cass rolling into you, nearly knocking you off your feet, and Cass, you take
God damn
6
it,
points
Hassan.
of damage. And notice
How
that
much
one of
damage,
the-
sorry?
6 points of damage. One of the
Six.
thorns was so sharp that it appears to have pierced your chainmail. And there's a hole about the size of your pinky finger through which your skin, broken, is visible.
Well, that went well.
Get off me!
Oh, sorry. I just look over it like
Injured?
No. Better than you squashing me.
Apologies for that.
and I'm gonna rip the thorn out and we'll continue up.
You rip the thorn out, and the skin seems to close before your eyes. before you continue to climb the hill, Kronk, make your might check.
That is a 15 on the might.
15. Come on, says Cass, reaching out to Phelan, helping her to her feet, and just as you're about to continue your hike, you hear a loud crash as Kronk shouts, "Hey, I got it open!"
Great impersonation.
And Kronk
I actually
charged
thought that
through-
was Liam then, yeah.
Same, I hadn't checked the Discord.
Motherfuckers.
Kronk, you charge through the open doors into the mill itself, and I would like everyone to roll initiative, please.
But I'm outside.
You just get 3 actions by default, Kale, because you are definitely not noticed.
My initiative was an 18.
Yeah, well, you get 3 anyway.
That's 17 for McCronk.
So 2 for Kronk,
18. Holy shit. Finally
2
a good
for
roll.
Cass, and Phelan.
16.
16. So Kronk, you're through the door, and as you run into the mill proper, you see 2 things. The first is a rickety staircase that leads up to the 2nd floor. The second, perhaps more importantly, is a group of tiny humanoid figures. They look like effigies that are made out of dirt, leaves, and twigs, except they are alive. And as you enter, they turn to face you, their eyes gleaming red in the dim shadow. They let out ear-splitting screeches and charge towards you. And behind them all, seemingly silently giving orders, a pulsating mass of moss, vines, and leaves, its surface squirming, bubbling as it slowly oozes across the stone floor. Kronk, you're up first.
How many actions did I have? 2 or 3?
2. You get 2. Everyone got 2 except for Kale, who gets 3.
Well, I would like my first action to be a rage. Damn it.
So you get a second dice. Because you were already raging from before.
Oh
so
yeah,
then
that's
you now get
right.
2
Yeah,
dice.
yeah. So the second one is a 2. Okay, and for my second
6
action.
altogether. Yep.
No, 2. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, 6. Sorry, my bad. How do we work out the Dragon's Breath again? I forget how we do that.
I would say you can hit minions D, E, and F from here, but you also need to make an attack. So you can either stay where you are, wait for them to come to you, or you can move up and ready yourself for next round.
No, I will do the Dragon's Breath against D, E, and F with a crit of a 10.
Okay, yeah, but you need to make an attack, remember, to trigger it.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so
However, I will let you... Do you have anything you can throw?
Only my app.
You can throw your axe. You can throw your axe, but you'll have to pick it back up next round. It's up to you.
I mean, you're Dragonborn. You could throw your own fucking scales that you've shed.
Fucking kobold cannon.
Oh my god, don't give us ideas.
I thought that was a euphemism for another part of him. Right, mammals have a purple veined custard
kobold out of
chucker.
this.
Mammals have a purple veined custard chucker, and dragonkin have a kobold cannon.
Ain't touching that fucking kobold.
Yeah, but will you fire the cannon?
I'm shutting up. Okay,
All
well, I have to attack, otherwise I'm going to lose both my rage dice next turn.
Yep, so I will let you throw your axe, but you'll roll with disadvantage, because it's generally not designed to be thrown.
You know, that's fair, so that way I can do the breath attack.
Yep.
Alright, so that is... No, ooh, that's not the right D, so that's a 7 and an 8, so 7.
Axe hurls through the air. It strikes Briarbane Minion D in what passes for its face, leaving a big gash, revealing something more organic and soft underneath the twigs and bark. And then you step forwards and roar, and a pillar of flame bursts forth, briefly lighting the dim mill. It chars all three of the creatures in front of you. Minions F and E seemingly withstand the assault. Their hard bark-like skin burning, shriveling away, revealing the soft underside. But Briarbane Minion D crumbles to ash before your eyes.
Wick.
Alright, Cass, you're up.
Oh shit, okay. Hang on. Oh, okay, let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20. Okay, to get all the way in.
We'll point out there is a boarded up window directly to your left. You could just
Oh,
get
okay,
through
so
there,
there's a
but
window.
you
Okay,
would-
I didn't know.
You would have to
okay,
make
so-
a might check to get through, though.
I might check my through. Is it? You said it's boarded up. Is it just like separate wooden planks, or is it?
Yep. You could use your... You were going to use your minor magic to open the door.
Yeah.
You could probably do that if you want. That'll take one of your
Yeah.
actions, though.
That would be easy enough. All right, I'm going to try and use minor magic necrotic to try and rot the wood enough
Yep.
that I could just barge through.
I won't make you roll for that. You just wave your hand, or an energy cloud emerges from the palm of your hand, and as it touches the wooden boards, they seem to shrivel, bend, warp until one of them snaps, and then the rest just fall off to the ground. You scramble forwards and push yourself through the now open window, joining Kronk. So I'll give you that free movement there. So
Cheers.
one
So I
action
just-
left.
Yep. So I put my hand on the wood, make it, rot it away. Look over at him like, looks like they started without us. And I barge through and scan the room and be like,
All right, big guy, what are we dealing with?
Looks like a lot of pissed off wood, and I am the lumberjack. Lol.
that's the spirit. And I am going to use I'm going to actually, hang on. Since it was a utility cantrip with minor magic, does using another cantrip count as like a rushed attack?
No, you
I'm
can
gonna
just
rush
you haven't attacked yet.
Okay, cool. Perfect. I am going to try and use... So the Briarbane acid pot, is it able to move? Does
It's
it look like?
slowly moving. It's like slowly oozing across the floor, but it is not moving with anything approaching the speed of the others.
Okay, I'm gonna make sure it gets a little bit closer. I am going to use... Actually, no, I am not, because that actually looks a little bit gnarly. Let's keep that as far away from me as humanly fucking possible. We're gonna use Entice on Briarbane Minion E.
Go ahead.
4. 3.
3. You beckon it towards you with your holy symbol. It begins to rush towards you, darting, seemingly dancing over the stone tiles. It's already been charred by Kronk's breath, and before it gets to you, it seemingly falls apart. A bundle of twigs lying discarded on the floor in front of you.
Look at that, Kronk. We got kindling.
Nice bonfire for the festival.
Phelan, you're up next.
I'm gonna use my free move just to get inside of the building.
Yep. You're gonna go through the window that Cass opened, or you're gonna go through the door that Kronk...
I'm gonna
Yeah.
go around and go through the door. I'm not gonna go jumping through glass windows.
Probably wise.
Boil sport.
Fuck you.
Yes, yeah. That was your free moves. You still got your 2 actions.
No, I'm gonna attack twice. I'm gonna first use my daggers to throw at the minion F.
Yep, go ahead, roll to hit it.
That is a 6.
Dagger lands right in the chest of the effigy. A spurt of yellow sap gushes forwards and it just falls to the ground, instantly dead.
Am I able to hit the acid pot from where I am?
Yes, but you'll roll with disadvantage.
That's okay. And I only roll between a 1 and a 4.
Yeah, true. That's the good thing about daggers, I guess.
That's a 5.
Hey,
A 5. The dagger sails through the air and hits the pulsing acid pod. The dagger bounces off, seemingly chipping a portion of the moss away. It seems to have done very little, if any, damage as the creature continues oozing slowly towards you. And
Text me.
now, Kale, you're up. Still hidden, still unnoticed. All you have to do is get through that window.
Claptrap over here. Protect me, Squire.
Sneak open the window.
Yep, go ahead.
And climb through.
Make a stealth check for me.
To 19.
19. Luckily, it's not boarded. You find the latch lifted up and slowly hold it open as you creep through, and then you lift
To
it
about
down behind
here.
you. Creep into the northern room and peer around the corner, and you can see in the main room there the fight going on.
Okay. I take aim at the Briar. Oh, do I want to do the Briar Bane acid pod? Yeah, fuck it.
You?
I take aim at the Briar Bane acid pod and let go a shot at it.
Go ahead.
And it's a 7 to hit. 7 damage.
Yeah, 7 damage. The arrow hits the gash that was made by the dagger before. This time you pierce its skin. Caustic acid begins to ooze out. It hits the ground and the stone begins to hiss. Scorch marks appearing around the creature.
That's the end of my turn, I think.
Yep, that's the end of your turn. Well done. Alright, it is the enemy's turn. So Briarbane Minion C rushes forward straight towards Kronk, between where Kronk is standing and his axe that's lying uselessly on the ground, and it leaps towards him, its hands outreached, its twig-like fingers suddenly very sharp, like thorns. And Kronk, that's going to be 8 points of damage.
I will expend one of my fury dice to make that 4 damage.
4 damage. The thorns tear your scales, but not as badly as they could have. Meanwhile, the Briarbane acid pod, suddenly aware of Kale's presence, begins to ooze slowly forward. You can only move 1 tile a turn because it's so slow, but that's close enough. It's within 2 spaces of you, Kale. It reaches out a vine and grabs you. Make a dex save, please.
Oh no.
17.
Ooh, you're lucky. You take 1 point of damage as the vine wraps around your arm, but you pull away, wrenching yourself free. The acid pod hisses. withdrawing its tendril.
God
Then,
dang it.
Briarbane Minion B charges forwards towards Phelan, and it screeches as it flails its thorn-like fingers in your direction, Phelan, and that will be 9 points of damage.
Can I reaction interpose?
You sure can. So you'll take that
Alright.
damage, Cass.
Yep. So I'll push her out of the way.
Yep, Cass pushes Phelan out of the way, stands between her and the minion, and the thorns pierce your chainmail. You take those 7 points of damage instead.
Perfect.
Briarbane Minion B charges to the north around the corner towards Kale, and it screeches as it plunges a thorn into your side, Kale, for 6 points of damage.
Yeah, okay, I'll take that.
Take that. Alright, and Kronk, you're up again.
Right, and because of my new, well, I guess passive intensifying fury, because I'm still raging, I get to roll a
Yep.
rage dice,
You do? Yep.
and that is a 1.
That's still a free dice.
No, it is. Can I like unarmored strike to push minions
sure can.
away?
You sure can. Go ahead and make a might check.
Oh, my plus. Oh, that's 21.
21. You roar, rushing forwards. You grab the little Briarbane, and you mean to just hurl him out of the way, but as you lift him up, there's so much anger coursing through you that you just snap him, his little body in half. You charge forwards and pick your axe up off the ground.
Excellent. I would like to make action 2 to attack Briarbane Minion Bees. Go, you try to hurt my friends, I break you now.
Go ahead.
Or to do. Okay. Need to do some maths here. That's 9, 11, 15, 16 damage.
16 damage. You lift up the axe, roar, and bring it down in a single motion and smash this Briarbane into matchwood.
I got you guys. No one's gonna hurt you on my watch. And
And Cass, you're up.
well, I was gonna ask,
So-
would
Oh,
that
yep.
be three things,
Yeah,
or was that
that's
2?
your turn. Yeah, that's your
Okay.
turn.
All right.
Alright. So I'm just going to go. Ugh. That actually bad. Okay. Let's test something out. And I'm going to spend my first action 1, 2, 3. So hang on, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Cool. So I'm going to spend my first movement to get. Hang on. How far was the.
The movement? You have six.
And 6 spaces.
Yeah,
with
you have just
the
enough to get
acid
to it.
Yeah.
Yep.
With the acid pod, did it move to get to Kale?
Yes, it moved one space towards him.
Okay. So I am going to then. Oh, I can't really do that then. All right, I'm going to first. I'm going to first. Put my hand on my chest and cast heal on myself. So we'll do that first. So I can heal myself for 1d6 plus T HP.
Yep.
So that will be 3.
3, very nice.
Low numbers today, I swear. And then we're going to move the 30, and this is definitely going to be a bad idea. I'm going to reach out and then use Withering Touch.
Ooh, go ahead.
Yeah. So that'll be, was it 1d12? Pick a god and pray. 7, I'll take it.
Place your hand on the pulsating mass. It changes colour. The green turns yellow, then grey, then black. And the acid pod whimpers and dies, and as it dies, it begins to hiss loudly. Cass, make me a dex save, please.
I knew this was gonna happen, and I did it anyway. The glory of free will. 3.
The acid pod explodes, dealing 11 points of acid damage to all adjacent creatures, which is unfortunately just you.
Oof.
I'll take it. God damn. And that's my turn. That's my turn.
And then, Phelan, you're up.
Oh man. I'm going to move in front of Cass.
Carefully stepping over the acid that's pooled on the ground.
It's just acid, it'll be fine. Fine. And then I'll use, that's my free movement, by the way, because it's per round.
Yep, so now you've got your 3 normal actions.
I'm going to move forward just once, and I'm going to slice and dice with my sword, because I threw my daggers.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh wait, I have a question real quick.
Yep.
Is he distracted because of Kale?
He is engaged with Kale, so you can roll with advantage.
Oh, yeah.
Or rather, you can use your opportunistic strike. I forgot, this is Nimble, not D&D.
I'll just make it max.
Yep, so it is an auto crit.
Yeah, so that's a 9.
You see Kale raising his bow, ready to fire back as it runs towards him, but before he can loose an arrow, you just dart forwards and swing, the sword comes up and you lop off the thing's head. It falls to the ground, a useless pile of twigs.
I have one more action, correct?
You do.
I'm just gonna throw my healing potion at Cass.
Yep. Toss it through the air. Cass grabs it.
Is it 3, you twit?
I don't care.
The mill is once more quiet. No signs of life. No signs of the boy, Remy, either. But there are 2 places he could be. There's a rickety staircase leading up to the 2nd floor. There's also a dirty-looking wooden door to the south, leading to what you assume is the old mill master's office.
I'm coming, little boy!
Yeah, I'm gonna pop 3 of my mana to do 3 lots of heal and follow Kronk into the office.
Yep, and you've never used your healing before. It's a level 2 ability, so would you like to describe for some flavour what happens, what the others would see?
Basically, I basically just putting my hand on my chest, and you just see this my left hand onto my chest, the one with the gauntlet, and I just put it on my chest. You see like a radiant gold that turns into a green, that into a gold. It basically undulates between the 2 colors.
Ooh, undulate, aren't we smart?
Yes, and it just pulses over and over and over after every cast. But you also notice that where there should have been injury, like from the acid and from the spike earlier, you don't really see any lasting injury even before I started the healing. It's like it wasn't even there in the first place. Like, I still look like battered and torn, like I'm, haggard after the fight, but there's nothing visually showing that I've been injured.
Yeah, it's like you were never hurt at all. So, Kronk, you reach that door, and it's slightly ajar, slightly crooked, but when you go to open it, it's held fast.
Plus 18 health, by the way.
Oh, nice.
Very nice.
Instead of smashing it, can I just do a might check to, try to force it open?
Yeah, go ahead, make a might check for me.
That's only a 9. Shit. Ooh, no, screw that. Screw that, we're going to
Inspiration?
use the inspiration. Yeah.
Okay, that's better. That's an 18.
Kronk presses his body against the door. The door is ajar, but there's something blocking it from the other side. It's not stuck. And Kronk has, in this moment, a tiny glimmer of childlike intelligence, just enough to tell him he should hold back and not just smash the thing down. Instead, he braces the door with his shoulder and pushes with all his might. For a second, and a second only, there's the sound of wood sharply scraping on stone, and then whatever's behind the door is pushed slightly on an angle. There's now enough space for Kronk to get his axe in the crack of the door that's open, and like a pry bar, snap it open the rest of the way. You push the door open, and the chest of drawers that had been wedged up behind it is now lying on its side. But somehow, you didn't make as much of a racket as you expected to. On the other side of the door is a very small but neatly furnished bedroom, or it would have been at some point in the past. It's been abandoned for many years, obviously. There's a bed, a desk, a small dressing table, each of them covered in a thick layer of dust. Cass, you're standing right behind Kronk on the map, so as he pushes the door open, you can make a perception check for me.
Perfect. Come on, Lady Luck. Oh, for God's sake. 14.
14. The bedroom appears to be empty. There is no child cowering within. However, you do notice drag marks along the floor, leading under the desk wedged up against the southern wall, as if something heavy has been forcibly pulled across the stone floor, disturbing the thin layer of dust.
Is this when you need a big, strong man to move some stuff around, Mr. Cass?
Yeah, what looked like it was moved around, you're saying?
You're not sure. Something decently heavy.
Okay. I'm going to get so much use out of this fucking spell. I'm going to use minor magic. And I'm going to try to use under necrotic. I can summon a harmless shade to perform tasks.
You sure can.
I want to summon I'm going to just press my hand onto the ground and bring out a small 3-foot tall, like, formless shade. This formless ghost. And I'm going to give it the order to just look for, like, where, like, if, like, dust has been moved. You know, like, when, like, you're moving furniture and you get, like, spaces where dust is? Yeah. I'm basically just going to have the shade look for that.
Go ahead, make me an Arcana check, please.
Okay. Straight roll. Lady Luck, please, for the love of God. 16, I'll take it.
The tiny shade, which, bizarrely, in a cruel twist of humour from the Almighty, seems to have the same size, shape, and movement style as the Briarbanes you just dispatched, darts forwards from your holy symbol, ducks around Kronk and enters the tiny bedroom. It follows the trail of drag marks left in the dust, and when it reaches the desk, you watch as it stops, seems to peer down at something before it, and then jumps as if down into a hole. And that's when you notice, not immediately visible in the shadow and the dust, that underneath the desk, a portion of the stone floor is broken, revealing a pitch-black hole leading to something underneath the mill.
I'm good. Kale,
Phelan, over here. Come on.
And I'm just gonna just peek down. I'm just gonna have like is the table stool over it?
Yes.
Oh, like okay, I'm just gonna
All right, big guy. Come on. We need to get this table gone.
I
And when I
can do
mean
that.
gone, when I mean gone, I mean just put it out in the main room. Don't destroy it, okay?
Okay.
It's a good thing you said that, because otherwise, yeah, he would have just.
yes.
Just
I'm
picked
gonna
it up and
break it.
hurled it.
I'm gonna have to summon like 3 more shades. Be like, okay, pick up the splinters.
No, it's okay. There's a window. The table would have gone out the window.
Ronk, go ahead and make a might check, and we'll see if you can move this table without accidentally smashing it and making a huge noise.
Okay. That is a 15.
Kronk just steps forwards, he meets your eyes, Cassin, and wordlessly, he lifts the table up, turns and deposits it right in front of the bed, revealing the hole for all to see.
I think this might be the hole the girls were talking about where the friend got sucked into.
Yeah, seems that way, huh? All right, Kale, Phelan, time to get into my hole. Come on.
I don't want to get into your hole.
Disgusting.
I just
will
look. I just you and for
I
the
don't
thing
know
of,
when
like,
the last time you
PC
cleaned your hole was.
You just see like since you've gone here, like his priestly like persona has dropped, and you're just seeing like a different side of Cass. He just looks at you guys, like gives you like a wink, and jumps in the hole after Kronk.
Come on, guys, jump in the hole!
I will say...
Failing. Alternative suggestion.
Mm.
Pub?
Upstairs?
Pub?
Can we go up? We leave them. We go up.
You
Oh
can.
God, split the party.
Yeah, okay, let's do that.
Heck yeah, let's go.
I
They
will...
were never seen again. The villain was in the ceiling the whole time. We're in the safe zone.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this was Nimble. I hope you enjoyed listening to it.
I will say that as the first floor appears to be momentarily safe, you do have the chance to catch your breath, but as stated in the rules, the short rest takes 10 minutes, and there is a child, apparently, waiting to be rescued. So you can choose to take a breather and roll your hit dice to recover
I never
health.
liked kids.
Fuck the rest. I want the child.
Goddamn.
We have 2 votes for taking a brief rest. What about Kronk and Cass? What do you guys think?
Oh, I've jumped down the hole.
You've jumped
Yeah,
down the
we've
hole?
already gone. We've already gone at this point. They can take their short rest, like their
The rest?
rest
I just
breather.
want to go upstairs.
No, we were going upstairs, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're already gone. We're down there out. No rest here. Ain't no rest for the wicked.
Yep. So I'll say, Kale and Phelan, you head up the staircase up to the 2nd floor. The 2nd floor is bare. There's not even crates or any furniture scattered around here. It is just the upper level of the mill where the mill itself used to grind. And the only thing of note here is the door on the side that Kale and that Phelan and Cass would have entered had they not been knocked down the hill.
Okay.
But
Well,
it's good
into
that
the
you
hole.
did that
Boring.
because, the child could have been,
There also could have been enemies up there waiting for us.
The
Yeah.
child could have been in the roof this entire time, and now the mission just becomes save Cass and Kronk. It's like, oh, where are your friends? They're in the hole.
Yeah,
No, it
we
is
just
always-
left them behind.
it's always good to, eliminate all possibilities. And I will say that had you entered through the 2nd floor first, you would have encountered enemies up there. But because Kronk made such a racket smashing the door down, all the enemies were gathered on the 1st floor waiting for whoever was about to make entry.
Oh, look, the Kool-Aid man go.
Sorry.
So Kronk
Oh,
and Cass,
Yeah.
so Kronk and Cass, you're darting down the hole. Kale
Yeah,
and Phelan, you've searched upstairs, and I'll say because upstairs is bare, you may roll your hit dice to recover health if you need to, but if combat breaks out downstairs, you will not appear until one round has passed, because you have to take time to get back to catch up with the others.
They're taking a 10-minute rest. We've been falling for 10 minutes. I've just got the theme, the image of Lucky. I've been falling for 30
minutes. I love that.
Kronk, you're down first,
Yep.
and then Cass right after. And
Directly on top of him.
Phelan and Kale will join you.
Jump, Danny will catch you.
Alright, so just put Kale and Phelan at the back. So you jump down the hole, and underneath the floorboards are a narrow stone chamber. The only thing of note in the stone chamber is a stone staircase that seems to descend narrowly down into the earth. You can see from the bottom flickering light, like a candlelight.
With the statue in the middle there, does it look?
You don't see that yet.
Oh, you don't see that? Okay, gotcha.
Oh.
Pretend this staircase is a bit further up.
Oh, okay, yeah. So it's alright. Just you ready?
I'm ready to go.
I'm just gonna like every few steps, like once True Strike has ran out, I'm gonna reapply it to him in perpetuum until like something happens.
All right, Kronk, as you and
And
Cass
also it's just 2 range, by the way, so I don't need to keep touching him. I'll just keep reapplying it at range.
But Kronk likes you touching me. I feel wanted.
you and
Touching
Kronk
for extenuating circumstances.
You and Kronk descend the staircase. It seems to get narrower and narrower, steeper and steeper as you descend. You're not sure how far under the old mill you are, but it seems to go on and on and on. You wonder what this place is and how long it's been here. You wonder if it's older than the mill itself. Kronk, as always, you're ahead.
Yep.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Ooh, nat 20. Let's go.
Nat
Oh my
20,
God.
You're lucky. As you reach the bottom of the staircase, you emerge in a confined stone mausoleum. The walls are bare, decorated only by grime and dirt. There are 2 stone sarcophagus, one each in an alcove on each side of the room. There are copper braziers set into holes along the sides of the room, and they've been lit. You wonder by who? Was it the children? Or somebody else? In the center of the room is a stone statue. It seems to be watching your every move, staring at you with a stony, expressionless face. It appears to be a statue of a dwarf. His 2 hands are grasping a grand shield, which he holds in front of him as if warding you off. And Kronk, as you're about to step off the staircase towards him, you notice the 2 stone tiles directly in front of the staircase are slightly raised above the others around them.
I just put my claw in front of
Cass, there's something wrong with the floor. They look uneven.
Well, let's figure that out, shall we?
I'm going to get so much use out of this fucking spell. I'm going to once again use minor magic and summon a shade to try and just walk along the tiles at the front here, just to see if anything's wrong with the tiles. If
You
that's at all
notice-
possible.
You notice that the ones that Kronk is pointing out at you don't appear to be raised due to some work in the terrain. Your magic illuminates a hairline gap underneath them, revealing to you that they are pressure plates.
Fuck. Alright, big guy, back.
Oh, okay.
Each of them about 5... The pressure plate about 5 feet... 5 feet wide and 10 feet long.
Because we know that
Perfectly
there's...
placed so that anyone descending the staircase would immediately step on it. Yes, go, Kronk.
Because we know that there's pressure plates here, so some booby traps. Would we be able to check where we step to see if any more are raised or safe to walk on?
You can, but first you have to figure out how to get over this one.
So the pressure plates these two?
I'll draw on the map where the pressure plate is, where the 2 pressure plates are. So right here.
Yeah, it's
Two
the
tiles.
first,
okay,
the
those
first
ones,
plate.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The ones
I
we
thought you were talking
almost
about these
fucking
ones.
stepped on.
I thought you were talking about these ones. Alright.
Might be a good idea to wait for Phelan. Oh wait, no. Did Phelan and Kale come down with us? Like, are they behind us at all?
No, they're still upstairs.
Okay, you fucking
rolling their
still-
hit dice if they want to. They won't emerge until you guys have dealt with this trap.
Gotcha. Okay. Oh, minor magic. What can we do with you, buddy?
I've got a fun idea. When I say fun, it's going to be entertaining.
Wait, yeah, you. I think we both got different ideas.
I think so. Let's go with the stupid idea first.
All right, yeah, let's do yours, and then I'm going to do mine if yours fails.
Okay, my stupid plan. I want to wedge my like the thin part of the axe blade in between, like because I assumed that there would be a gap between like the pressure plate and it actually going down.
Indeed, you're right. Yep.
I want to see if I can dismantle it, like pry it open pretty much.
Yeah, just smash the machinery. All right. And Cass, are you going to be taking a healthy distance back up the staircase?
You know what? Can I assist with this stupidity?
Yes.
By using minor magic necrotic when he's trying to pry it open, can I try and get when he makes any gap to try and funnel the magic in to try and break the inner workings while he's lifting it up?
Yeah, to corrupt the mechanism.
Yeah, to basically corrode the machinery underneath.
Yeah, go ahead, Kronk. Make me a might check with advantage, please.
Awesome. And if I didn't have that, I was going to use the medallion.
Yes,
yeah, that would work.
That would work too, but best
Alright.
to save that.
That is a 12 and 9, so that is a 17.
Kronk, you wedge the edge of the blade under the stone tile and pry it slightly up. As you pull on the axe handle, Cass creeps forwards. He waves his hand in the air, brandishes his holy symbol. And the air in front of you seems to shimmer and waver as if a gust of heat is being pushed towards the gap. There's a click. The two of you close your eyes, preparing for the worst. The statue of the dwarf in front of you groans as it begins to move, swiveling to the left, then to the right. The eye on the front of its shield slides open
And it cha-cha's real smooth.
a tiny ember of flame spurts forth, dissipating into the air as the mechanism is too broken to fully activate the trap.
Fuck yeah!
Oh, fucking Christ almighty.
You both breathe a sigh of relief and step down into the mausoleum just as Phelan and Kale descend the staircase behind you. Their forms first silhouettes in the dim light and then illuminated by the burning braziers as they emerge
I
into the
think they've
room.
done anything dumb to kill themselves yet. As we're
May I-
casually walking down the staircase.
May I just say, I pretty much used one of my abilities without using it. The so dumb I'm smart sometimes.
Yes, you kind of
actually
did.
did. I just walk up to you and I'm just like, oh, you beautiful bastard. And I just rip Kronk in like the manliest hug.
Should we go back upstairs? Give you two a minute.
Yeah, we'll go.
And
Okay.
I just look at both of you and I just point at the pressure plates you have just walked over. It's like, you're welcome.
What?
Yeah, the floor's broken. Congratulations.
And then point over at the fucking statue that where the fire was just coming out of.
And you can see tiny scorch marks around the eye on the shield, but there is no indication that this was
Okay, so it's a
trap
dirty
about
statue.
to be... Exactly.
So
Or
what
you
did
know,
you guys
yes.
do exactly?
Broken
we-
trap.
There were boobies. There were booby traps, and me and Cass, we broke the traps, and we think we're safe now. There might be more. Kronk, not sure.
I wish there was boobies down here. Be better than whatever that was.
So, are we able to see properly, or is it still
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Well, it's not well lit, but the burning torches offer enough light that you're not blinded. You're not suffering any disadvantages. Aside from the statue, the only other things of note in the room anyway are the two sarcophagi, one in each alcove to the left and to the right. And to the south, a few meters ahead of you, a thick, seemingly featureless stone door barring access to another room beyond. Kale and Phelan, did you guys roll any hit dice while you were coming down?
I didn't.
Yeah, I managed to roll my health back up.
Lovely.
Same.
Because you'll need that momentarily.
Oh no.
Raro Reiki.
So there doesn't. Pardon me. There doesn't seem to be any other pressure plates that we can see, or would they be the only ones?
A cursory search of the room doesn't reveal anything else that seems to be dangerous. It seems like it was a trap designed to trigger on entry to the room, but nothing beyond that. The next security device, if you had to hazard a guess, would probably be the stone door barring the way forward.
Oh my god, I think there's small charge in this area. I don't suggest we open the sarcophagus because there might be...
Open the sarcophagus.
Yeah, I was going to check on this one over here.
Oh god.
So make me a
Look.
law roll, please.
Both of us?
Oh, you too. You can make one as well, Phelan, if you want.
Oh, that was so close to that way. 14.
14. So Cass, you 15. Cass, you approach one of the sarcophagi. It's just a solid stone block. You can see that there's a lid because there's an obvious groove at the top of the block where the lid would have been placed, but there are no handholds or any other obvious ways of moving the lid. In fact, the stone block seemingly has no distinguishing marks whatsoever. There are none of the usual accompaniments that you would find on somebody who is laid to rest in the name of the Almighty. Instead, carved into the lid are a series of strange, unrecognizable to you runes. Phelan, though, you recognize these runes. As you gaze upon them, your mind flashes back weeks ago, back when you were in the Explorers Guild, talking to your boss, Tink, the gnome that nobody underestimates. He's teaching you some rudimentary dwarvish, or as he calls it, gnomish. It's the language that'll serve you well, young Phelan, because there are so many treasures out there, so many goodies hidden away, part of the old world, that you'll be able to find if you can speak the tongue of the ancient artisans.
Can I read the text?
Text upon the sarcophagus reads, "Here lie the warriors of the Burkle clan."
Hey, Kronk! Open this for me.
Are
my-
you
Kronk
sure?
smash! Kronk smash, yes? Kronk smash for little dragon, yes?
Can we not desecrate grave sites for just 5 minutes?
Kronk
I
smash.
feel
great.
like this is gonna be opposing influence role between Phelan and Cass. Who can convince Kronk?
Unless Kale just like drags him away, but Cass and Phelan, you can both roll influence, and whoever gets higher convinces Kronk. Sure.
I'm like not trying. I'm just calling it out while I'm like trying to like dissect it. So I'm not really like you guys are like doing this. I'm just like yelling out. Can you just fucking not? But I'm not like actively trying to convince him.
Yeah, you're just saying, "Can we not?"
Yeah.
sitting
Can you
on the
just
bottom of
fucking
I am
not?
convincing him.
Yeah,
I'm just sitting on the bottom of the stairs watching because this is highly amusing.
Yes.
On my side, I'm just thinking. I'm just muttering like a funeral rite prayer to the coffin, just to like see if anything happens, like a respect for the dead.
You do feel a sense of warmth, but you're not sure if that's the Almighty or just you feeling that you've done your duty as a servant of the Almighty. At any case, you get the sense that the dead who are interred here are at rest.
Okay, noted.
It was a 19 on the influence, by the way. He would have lost.
I mean, I've got a +5 as well. So, out of curiosity,
14.
No, we 19
Ooh,
altogether because I've
19.
got +5.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
who would've
Kronk,
had it?
it is totally up to you, Kronk. Given that you both got the same, I would say that means Kronk sort of, his attention is wandering, and rather than listening to either of you, he just like notices the door and begins to like wander towards that instead.
would be like door smash.
Ooh,
Kronk likes opening doors.
So Kronk, while they're arguing over whether to desecrate the dead, you and Kale make your way towards the door. As you approach it, you can see it illuminated better in the flickering candle light. It's a giant stone slab. In the very middle, there's a large blue jewel. It's carved in an almost exact circle, and it's set into what appears to be an open mouth, an open, gaping mouth. There's nothing on the door that suggests how to open it. There are no door handles, no keyholes, just more dwarven runes carved, curving along the top.
So, with something missing in the middle. Yes?
No, there's a big hole shaped like an open mouth, but there is a large circular blue gem already set into it.
Oh, Kronk likes shiny.
As you
And
speak aloud, the gem glimmers, flashes light.
oh, even more shiny now. It's so pretty.
And I get distracted because it's shining off my scales. It's like, oh, it's like an LSD trip without the drugs.
Disco
fun in
ball
that?
Kronk.
And after being distracted, Kronk does the stupid thing and reaches for the gem.
No, wait, don't.
Ooh, Kale, go ahead, make a make a dex roll.
13.
13. You reach out and grab Kronk by the wrist just before he touches the gem. And as you say, no, don't, the gem glimmers again. And you notice the corners of the mouth twisting into a knowing smile, as if the door itself is listening to you.
Because his Kronk is like incredibly stupid.
Hello, door. Hello.
Is he talking to a fucking door over there, Cass?
As you say hello. Go ahead, Cass.
I was just gonna yell over to it's like he's talking to a door. Like at this point, I would put it past him.
As you say hello, Kronk, the gem gleams once more, flashes a mote of light, and the runes curved along the top of the slab begin to glow bright blue, highly visible in the dancing candlelight. Almost as if the door is trying to say something.
Can anyone read this shit?
That's what I was just about to ask.
Can I just walk over and be like, what the fuck is going on?
You sure do, and it is Dwarven, Aelin. You can easily read it. It's faded. The runes are damaged, but you can get the gist of it. Go ahead.
Can I read it in my head first and
You
then
sure can.
aloud?
You sure can.
Is this that Lord of the Rings bullshit? Speak friend and enter.
Oh my god!
Similar. It says... You can get the gist of it, Phelan. The runes are damaged enough that you miss a couple words, particularly a name, but this is what it says. Here rests the warlord, blank, who defied the Dark Mother, eternally honoured by Emperor, blank, of the Black Sun. If you are worthy of, blank, speak. What means everything to you, but naught to him?
Sorry, what was that again? Sorry.
Is this like that Deadpool shit? Speak chimichanga and enter?
You have to speak something. Here rests the warlord.
Yeah.
I will actually bring it up on here.
Oh!
Wait, this was all Phelan's just thinking it out loud at the moment.
Yeah, she hasn't read it out loud, but Phelan, that's what it says.
Do I know who the Emperor and the Black Mother are? The Dark Mother?
You can make a lore check at disadvantage if you like. And the name Burkle Clan, as inscribed upon that sarcophagus, appears to be familiar to you, but you can't place it in relation to anything else here. All you know is that at the height of the Black Sun Empire, there was a group of dwarven warriors known as the Burkle Clan who were in the Empire's service. And that's the extent of your knowledge.
Fair enough. I'm just going to explain what it says to the group.
Explains it out loud.
What means everything to you but not to him?
Kronk just yells up, friend!
The gem gleams. The mouth twists into a knowing smile, but nothing happens. It's almost like it's saying a worthy attempt, but not quite right.
Means everything to you and naught to him. Your life.
As you speak it out loud, Kale, the mouth snaps shut. The door breaks open, revealing on the other side
Nothing.
If I can figure out how to delete the fog.
You're
There we go.
Oh.
The main chamber of the sarcophagus, the main chamber of
that's
the
cool.
Alright, let's fuck
mausoleum.
off
So
and
we're
leave.
fucking dead.
But right in the center of the room, so large that it dominates everything around it, is the corpse mound. A bunch of skeletons and bones disjointed, crunched together, held in place by moss, vines, and dirt, sickeningly twisted into the hulking shape of a humanoid. And as the door swings open, it registers your presence and begins to lurch forwards. Everyone roll for initiative, please.
That is a 19 for Kronk.
You wouldn't let me open the bloody sarcophagus, but then we opened the door to this? Are you kidding me?
What's the bet that we open the one sarcophagus that opens them all?
Yeah, that's
Only 2.
14.
2 for you.
Plus
Dirty 20.
6 in the room.
Yep. So
19.
3. So 2 for everyone except for Phelan. Alright.
I thought 19 would be 3.
No, 20 and above is 3.
Oh.
Yep, so 3 for Phelan, 2 for everyone else, and Kale, you spoke the answer to the riddle, so you get to go first.
I disengage and leave, going back up the hole.
Fuck this shit out now.
Yeah, pretty much. Can I sneak in behind a suit of armor or around a suit of armor? Just
You sure can, but you'll need to make stealth with disadvantage because there is just the open door, and right on the other side of it is this thing. There's not a whole lot of stuff between you and it, so you're basically relying on your friend.
natural 20.
Oh, shit.
Alright.
Oh, good God.
You wait for Kronk and the others to charge forwards, and then you press your back against the wall, blending into the shadows, and creep into the mausoleum chamber hidden.
I'm gonna knock an arrow and just keep an eye on the corpse mound, but I'm not gonna do anything else because I don't want to run the risk of getting dead.
Sure. That's your turn done. At the end of your turn, it takes a legendary action. The corpse mound shudders, registering fresh, warm bodies, and lurches forwards. Slowly, each step seeming to cause the whole tomb around you to reverberate. And now, Kronk, you're up.
Okay. Are all these one space each?
Yep, they're all one space. Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4. And Kronk will go for a attack. What's my D10? What's my D10? Plus strength. That is 9 damage on that.
9 damage, very nice.
And I will use my Dragon Breath.
You've already used it though.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. No, I can't.
But that's
Can I
still
prepare-
9 damage.
Can I prepare to defend, or is that
Well, you can do that no matter how many actions you use, because defending
Right.
is just a reaction. So you can basically you just use a reaction when it's not your turn, and that comes out of the actions you get next turn. But if you want to prepare, I'll let you save an action this round, so you can then defend and still get the 3 actions back next round.
And I just remember I can't because I used an action to move and an action to attack.
Yes.
So that's
But you
me.
still attacked it. The axe comes down and shatters one of the skulls to bits. But the corpse mound continues to advance. 10, 20 skulls, watching their bodies jagged, twisted, stuck in the mass. Alright, Phelan, you're up. No, actually, before your turn, Phelan, the corpse mount takes a legendary action. It reaches out, a vine shoots through the mass, bursting out of one of the rib cages and lashing you, Kronk, for 4 points of damage. And I need you to make a strength save, please.
So I'm just quickly trying to remember everything. If that's 4 points of damage, do I only take 1 because my armor's 3?
Yep, if you use your defend reaction, then you get 2 actions.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, I'll use an action to just make it 1 damage.
Yep, and make a strength save, please.
That's a 9.
You stand firm using your axe to brace against the attack, managing to avoid getting whacked in the chest, but instead the vine wraps around you and you are now grappled.
Oh shit.
1 point of damage and grappled. Alright, now you're up, Phelan.
I have a quick question.
Yep.
Is he distracted?
He seems to be. He's dealing with Kronk at the moment.
And to disengage, do I have to use an action for that?
To disengage, given that you're in sight of him, I'd say you have to move out of the way and do a stealth check.
So if I move towards him, attack, and then move back, and disengage, will he attack me if I move backwards?
He can get an attack of opportunity as a reaction, yes.
Okay. I'm gonna die.
I think we're all gonna die.
Everybody dies, some just need a little help.
I'm using my free movement to attack 3 times.
Alright, go ahead. So attack once.
This is with my sword as well, and I'm also going to use Vicious Opportunity to get
Yep.
my
Get that
max
crit.
on my first.
Yep. So you dash across into the open tomb as Kronk is lifted off the ground by the vine, and you plunge your sword into the mass. How much damage are we looking at for the first attack?
So with the crit, which is the max, and the extra roll and the +3,
Yep.
that is a 13 damage on that first one.
Ooh, very nice. Next.
Seven on the second.
Then on the second. Very nice.
And this third is also a max.
Ooh, another crit. And you rolled those both with disadvantage?
I did.
Well done. Well, that's the point of using a dagger. So how much damage are you looking for on that?
$11.
11. Ooh, you unleash a flurry of sword stabs, seeming to strike the mound right in its core. The whole thing shivers in pain, the skulls chittering as they rattle, seeming to laugh at you, laughing at your impending doom. The end of your turn, Tentacle reaches out from the mound and strikes at you, Phelan, for 7 points of damage.
Reaction, change it to 1.
Change it to 1. Make a strength save, please.
With disadvantage or no?
Just normal.
Okay. Natural 20 for a 19.
Ooh.
God damn.
You leap out of the way. It lashes at you with its tip. You take minimal damage and leap out of the way before it can grapple you. Kronk, however, you are grappled. Go ahead and make a strength save to see if you can escape before it subsumes you into the mass.
Am I able to use the metal muscle for this?
You sure can. You
Sick.
squeeze it tightly, feeling the magic power surge through you.
That is a strength save. That is a not 11. That roll 11. That's a 13.
13. The vine lifts you off the ground, pulls you towards the mass, and you summon all the energy you have and break free before it can pull you into its core.
Yeah.
You hit the ground with a thud and take 6 points of damage from landing on the stone floor. But it could have been far worse.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, Cass, you're up next.
Okay. I'm gonna steal this. I've only got 2 moves, don't I?
Yes.
So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3. Alright, I'm gonna use both actions to basically mad dash myself over to the side.
Yep. Across the room, dodging and weaving as a vine lashes out to grab you. And behind the corpse mound, there is an altar. Stairs leading up to an altar. Candles glimmering, lighting the way. And at the very top, a gleaming silver coffin. That's not what your attention is focused on at the moment.
Yeah, I just look at them and be like,
I'll deal with you in a second.
and then just to prep for next time, it's like,
All right, fellas, I'm gonna try something. Keep him busy for me.
Can do.
The mound shudders, roaring. There's a loud snap as several of the skeletons break off from the mass, fall onto the ground, and then chitter as they begin to rise to their feet. 4 mossy skeleton minions join the fray as the enemy is bloodied.
Well,
Okay, and now they take their turn. Mossy Skeleton A rushes forwards towards Phelan. He swings and she dodges. He misses, his sword arm held back by the thick moss. Mossy Skeleton B rushes forwards. He swings his sword towards you, Kronk. It comes down and that's 2 points of damage.
Yep.
Mossy Skeleton C and D both rush towards Cass. The first one tripping over as it rushes towards him, tripping over its own moss, missing its attack. Mossy Skeleton C raises its rusty sword and ka-ching, strikes you for 3 points of damage.
3 points. Gotcha.
And then, Kale, we go back around to you. You are stealth.
I take aim at Mossy Skeleton A
Go ahead.
and hit it for... 7 damage.
7 damage. The arrow hits it right in the back of the skull. It tumbles forwards, and as it hits the stone earth, it shatters. And you gain, I believe, a Thrill of the Hunt charge.
Do I?
I believe so, because you... Let me double check. It is Thrill of the Hunt. Oh no, you don't. Yeah, you don't have a quarry. You haven't you haven't put a hunter's mark on any. So no, you don't.
Yeah, no, I don't yet.
You've still got 2 abilities.
Yeah, now I put Hunter's Mark on the corpse mound.
Yes, you point at it, marking it as your prey.
And I fire again.
Fire again. All right, go ahead. How are we looking?
We are looking at 6 damage.
6 damage. An An arrow hits one of the skeletons, shattering its skull. The whole mound shudders in pain. Unfortunately, that was not melee, so you don't get a Thrill of the Hunt charge from that, but that is still 6 damage. At the end of your turn, the corpse mound shudders forwards, moving closer towards you, and then a vine reaches out, Kale, lashing at you for 7 points of damage.
Defend.
Defend and reduce it by...
Do I roll for that? Is it?
It's just your armor. It's just your armor.
Reduce it by 5.
So 3 points of damage, and I need you to make a strength save, please.
10.
And... Ooh, the vine grabs you, lifts you off your feet, and begins to pull you towards the corpse mound.
Oh, motherfucker.
Kronk, you're up.
Okay, Kronk's gonna rage. Rage dice, that is a 1. That's better than nothing.
Still better than nothing.
Kronk is very, very mad that not only is the child still missing, that the corpse mound had the audacity to pick him up. Hold on. It fell on the floor. That's why we have dice trays, but no. That's 5, 7, 8 damage.
Very nice.
And
Shatter one of the rib cages.
I would like to roll for attack again, but with disadvantage. So let's see. A 9 and a 10. So that's 9, 11, 13.
Ooh. One of the tentacles shoots out to block your attack, and you bring the axe up on the backswing and cut it off. It falls to the ground uselessly.
Swick.
And that's your turn done.
Yes.
At the end of your turn, it tries to subsume Kale. Kale, make me a strength save as the vine pulls you into the mass.
12.
12. Ooh, you're lucky. Summoning all the strength you have, you manage to pull yourself free. You tumble through the air and land with a crunch, taking 4 points of damage as you land with a thud. But at least you didn't get consumed. And then, Cass, you're up.
Okay, I just see the skeletons, like, come out of the ground. It's like,
Well, that was a spanner in the works. Alright, I think that's enough out of you.
and I am going to use 2 of my actions to, should be a, I'm going to use Searing Light twice. And I'm just on the corpse mound. So you said it was bloody, correct?
Yep, so you're going to rush towards it?
No, it's within reach.
Oh, yes,
6.
Range. Yep, cool. So the mossy skeletons don't attack.
Yep, so I'm just going to raise up my gauntlet fist and be like,
That is enough out of you.
and that will be 48 radiant.
Ooh.
Let's have a look. So let's see, that's
4d8.
Yeah. Probably overkill, but let's give it a look-see. 18 damage.
18 damage. As
Yeah,
you raise the holy symbol, the whole tomb begins to rumble, begins to shake. First you think it's the power of the Almighty, but no, it's the corpse mound itself, writhing, twisting, turning. All of the skeletons trapped within it seeming to scream, writhe in silent pain. From somewhere in the darkness, a voice calls out, "For the Burkle clans!" And then there's a thunder crack. A thunder crack as the stone itself is rent asunder. The crack grows wider and wider and wider, and the corpse mound is pulled down into the earth, raising its arm, trying desperately to scrabble, to reach for a way out, until disappears under into the darkness and is gone. Where the corpse mound stood, pile of bones remain, scattered twigs, cut up vines, dead leaves, and in the center of them, coughing, gasping for breath, lies a young boy, his clothes torn, his hair disheveled, his skin bruised and broken.
Crunk rushes up immediately and just scoops him up like a little baby and just holds him tight.
Ronk rushes forwards, the mossy skeletons turn, raise their swords to stop him, and then the mould binding them together disintegrates and they crumble to dust. The boy looks up into your face, Kronk, just enough to realise that he's safe. He sighs in relief, gasps for breath, and falls limp, passed out from exhaustion.
I'm assuming, Cash, you're looking at this?
Yeah. I'm focusing on the altar at the moment. After just watching the corpse mound just collapse into the ground, I'm just like,
Well,
Silver.
just looking at my hands like,
well, that worked.
so I'm like, once you guys have like dealt with the kid, I'm going to be going up towards the altar.
Seemingly drawn, makes his way up the candlelit staircase, stands in front of the gleaming silver sarcophagus, the warlord sarcophagus, the one buried by the honor of the Emperor of the Black Sun. And as you approach it, Cass, the runes carved into it begin to gleam. They shift before your very eyes, changing from Dwarven to the common language, and they read, "You, heroes who will strike back against the Dark Mother. I pass the torch on to you. The flame is lit within you now. Take as a boon that which I leave to you." There's a click as the 6 chains holding the lid of the sarcophagus in place snap, falling to the ground.
Oh shit, okay. I am going to just at first just mutter a prayer, a prayer of respite to the Almighty for sort of like as a sign of respect to the, to whoever this altar, this sarcophagus was. And then I'll just peek in and see what he left us.
You expect to have to use some strength to dislodge the lid, but it moves at the lightest touch. You slide it out of the way, and underneath lies the skeleton of a dwarf. Dignified, clad in grand plate armor. Resting neatly on his chest are 2 things: a battle axe and a helmet, and you can feel the magical power emanating from them.
Hello?
I was about to say, I pull out the battle axe and I just like lift it up and I just sort of just give it a look. What does it look like as such?
So
Is it got like a dwarvish design or?
the axe appears to be a relatively ordinary, if well-made battle axe, but there is a single rune of Dwarven carved into the blade. Phelan, leaning over your shoulder, whispers its translation in your ear. Hew.
You.
As if to hew ironwood, as if to hew firewood.
Oh, okay.
The helmet is far more interesting. Grand, with curved, wicked horns. The whole thing seems to exude menace, command, presence. If you want, you can make a lore check to see if you can identify either of these.
Valen, do you want do one? I do the other, or if you want to do them both, because I've got lore 0.
Yeah, Phelan, you can if you want.
I'm happy to do either.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right.
Make a lore check, Phelan. It'll be the last roll for tonight.
You want me to roll both?
Yep.
Yeah. I'll just be like, here. You got any idea what this is?
21.
21. That'll be enough to identify both.
Oh, I want to roll a second time.
Oh, go ahead and see how you do. The last roll for tonight. The real
20.
time.
Oh, good
Wow.
God.
Cheats really get to cheat, eh?
Yeah.
You see Phelan's eyes glimmer. Your mind flashes back once more to Tink's office back there in the Explorers Guild, Phelan. Right. Word on the street is something's about to go down in Merrivale, and I don't mean their festival either. And I'm going to put you on it. Could be a lot of money in this for us. Could be a lot of juicy treasure. You did well nabbing that sword. That's why I'm trusting you with this. If you can nab a treasure of the Scorpion Queen, then whatever's about to go down in Merrivale ain't got nothing on you. If the boss could see you now, Phelan, he'd be very happy because these are priceless treasures. The helmet is what you recognize as a dread helm. While wearing this fearsome steel helmet, the wearer's eyes glow red, and the rest of their face is hidden in shadow. As an action, they can cause the helm to flare with sinister intent, granting advantage on a check to intimidate someone. The axe, known for now simply as Hew, is a two-handed great axe, 2d6 plus strength slashing. This ancient great axe has the word Hew carved into its blade in Dwarven. Whenever the wielder strikes a plant creature or a construct with it, they can choose to have Hew deal maximum damage. But if they do, this doesn't trigger a critical hit. Can still roll critical hits as normal.
Ooh.
I'm gonna let you guys choose who they go to.
I just sort of lift it up and just go, hey, Kronk,
Yeah?
over here. And I just raise the axe up. Over here, big guy, come on.
Normally, Crunk would be like, oh my god, but he's still holding the child, and Crunk is actually kind of weeping a little bit while holding the child. He just slowly comes up.
Still holding the child. And Cass just takes the great axe and slides it into the hilt over Kronk's shoulder, carefully removing the other axe and placing it to the side. And Kronk, reach up with your free hand, touch the handle of the axe. And you feel this power surging through you. A voice whispers in your ear. Take it, my son. Strike against the Dark Mother. Cut down her 1,000 young.
Crunk just, he doesn't say anything, he just nods slightly.
And the torch is passed to a new hero. The young boy, Remy, is safe. He's beaten, bruised, definitely shaken, but you take a quick look at him and he seems like he'll be alright. And once again, you have saved the town of Merrivale. As you turn to leave this tomb, your minds swim with questions. What is this place? How long has it been here? What ancient evil is beginning to stir in the land under Merrivale? Is the Dark Mother beginning to awaken? And if she is, are you able to stand before her? Can you do anything? Save this village from the inevitable? And that's where we'll leave it. When we return next time on Dice of the Dead, our heroes strike out once more into the wilderness. They have 2 leads now. A map left by the goblins leading to their hideout, and the remnants of this corpse mound. Unidentified plants, seemingly related to the Dark Mother. Could there be someone out there who can identify them and arm the party with knowledge? You'll have to find out next time, when the dice once again decide who lives and who dies. This was Heroes of the Broken Lands, a Dice of the Dead actual play, with DG as DM, Sabaton Liam, Arch as Apothecary, Sebi the Vamp, and Seraphina as players. Music by Troika Games. Game design by Evan Diaz.